last time after a little piracy on the open seas right here outside of Pidari, which is pretty risky ass shit. You guys left your boat parked in the Pescara docks with your crew of Grix the Giggler, Xerxes Fierce Fang, and Winter Night Train or Night Rain, depending on how you read it. And so they're pretty happy that that your crew's pretty in good morale right now because
It's Night Train. Damn it.
Night Train, Night Rain, whatever. But your crew's in good morale because you had taken that prize. And you have a little bit of cargo in your hold. You didn't really want to sell it here because it's from here. It's not going to fetch the best price. And they might notice, hey, didn't that cargo just go out on a ship that sank the other day? That's strange. So you're going to probably hold on to that till you can find a good port to offload it. But that means your pirates are happy for the meantime, and you have a little bit of business on the shore. Last day, you went and investigated Geo's family, whom you had reason to believe was in threat, thanks to some of Geo's prophetic dreams. And when he arrived, he found that unfortunately you guys were about a week or so too late. You arrived at the farmstead to find it burnt out with some corpses in front. A small ambush occurred as some assassins and locals attacked you from the bushes. You wasted no time to dispatch them with no prejudice as well. You just murdered the fuck out of them all, which is starting to become the Ivory Crown's like modus operandi, I've noticed. It's like teenagers, who cares?
They attacked first.
Yeah, you attacked us first. Die, child. Learn your lesson.
Perfectly legal, preemptive self-defense.
Yeah, perfectly. I hear the pirate code coming out now. Perfectly legal, according to pirate code. So anyways, yes, murdered some people, but also probably deserved it. Maybe not full murder, but, you know, you get what's coming to you. And there were also a couple assassins there, drow assassins, and after a little investigation, you found that they were carrying some insignia of the Black Lily. You had a little powwow, and you realized, hey, the Black Lily was that organization that was from centuries ago that was involved in Adric Cabric and the crown that you found months ago, almost a year ago probably, and you had not thought too much of that at the time, but now finding some emblems on these drow elf assassins, you realize, hey, maybe there's more to this that's going on, and certainly they seem to have been involved with whatever happened with Geo's family. You also discovered on one of these assassins a burnt out piece of paper with a 4-pointed star on it that seems to be the symbol of some kind of group. You've learned a little bit in your investigation, so I will skip to that in a second, but after those investigations, you encountered some of the townsfolk that had been Geo's friends or enemies in the past. And if I can remember them all properly, one were the Gunderpots. First were the Gunderpots, which were the nearby neighbors that had a little bit of information about the attack that happened to Geo and Geo's family. And then you were visited by Gorf, the frogman berry dealer, who by his own confession, he sells the best Wallman berries in all of Pidari. And
He's a saint.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, Dresdis ate a whole bushel, and you all feasted on some Wallman berries while he brought you into town, and you went to the Burning Bush, I believe it was called, the pub ran by Snaggletooth or something like that, Snaggleforths.
That was it, yeah.
There was some role playing. That's all I can really recall. There was a number of colorful different characters that arrived, and through some discussion, you were able to determine where you might find more information, which was at the house or the home of one of your assailants that you had murdered earlier that day.
Tortured and murdered.
Well, it was the torture's coming in next. The murder was earlier.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sorry.
You guys went to this hut to find this fellow's sister that you had murdered this fellow, and Geo sort
It
of
doesn't sound great being read as a cold list back to you.
You're
very different. It's a very different party from our last one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Murdered, and then you murdered. Yeah. And so you walk into this hut where there's sort of just a farmer lady who finally lets you in, confessing she didn't really have much business with what was going on, and she doesn't fucking care what you do. So you come into her hut, and you find that she's harboring one of these assassins. Karya is his name. And Karya and the Ivory Crowns have a little bit of a back and forth. First, you heal him a little bit because he looked like he was close to death's door. But then after healing him, you tried to torture him a bit. He actually got the better of Dresdis and pulled out a dagger. And Dresdis said, "No, this is just how I lay my hands on," or something like that. And in fact, cured him of his disease instead. And
technically not torture.
Yeah, definitely not torturing. And
Definitely not torture. I don't know what you're talking about.
And the assassin, though not particularly friendly or seemingly, an ally in any way, but did seem to be helpful, at least in repayment for the healing, since he was pretty much on death's door. And he gave you some information that was, you should check out the Pipistrello Tower. Now, the reason he mentioned this is he, a member of the Black Lily, his organization is allied with the occupants of the Pipistrello Tower, and he told you that they might have more information about the woman that led the group of invokers, at least those who remained here. Her name was Shamira Shimon, and he recommend going to the Pipistrello Tower to see if you can find some information there. Then the five of you started debating how you were going to murder this particular assassin now that you were done with him. And after talking about it for a while and making some, backtracking on your decisions a few times, he finally was like, fuck it, I'm out of here. And he bolted into the hillside and managed to get away. But you chased him a little bit, but he got off into the darkness. He's a skilled assassin, was able to duck into the shadows. And that's close to where we ended. And I think where we want to pick up today is going to be, as the five of you, a little bit tired from the day's activities. And maybe I'll just mention we haven't really had a rest yet, so if you had any damage or expended some spell slots and so on yesterday or last day, those are still expended. Although we're about to probably have an opportunity to have a short rest for those of you who are short rest classes, aka Lucius. Okay, so where you guys finished was, well, we need a place to stay, and you thought, well, maybe we should stay at the DiCorbeau Tower. Of course, that's where Raphael's family is. Is this first time we've really called in on anyone's family?
Except for immediately finding Geo's dead.
Oh yeah.
No. We dressed his cousin.
Oh yeah, dressed his
that's
cousin.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, I never went and saw my family.
Yeah, you just ignored them the full 3 months you were in town.
I said absolutely not.
Yeah, I remember that.
I had some stuff prepared just in case you went there. But here we are. We're coming up to the DiCorbeau Tower. So, little green text. The silhouette of Raphael's family home appears on the cliffside before the setting sun. And I want you to think kind of cartoonish, almost wizard's tower kind of look, right? It's kind of narrow and tall. It's not completely like standing straight. It's got some little it was clearly built in phases, and it's got some additions that as it grows up, some are wide or some are skinny or some poke off to the side. There's probably a little addition that comes off to the side, and then it's got little conical kind of peak on the top, and it's definitely got sort of avian motif. It's clear that a bird type of people live here. There might be little perches out where you could go and spy from a high position and see the landscape around you and so on. And you can also see some of the DiCorbeau colors and flags and such flying. I don't know if we've decided on any of this, so maybe we can take an opportunity to do this. Raphael, what kind of like livery or what kind of stuff do you think your family would have on its building?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry. Before you do that, Andrew, Chris, are you telling me that his family lives in like a bird version of the Weasley house?
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
I'm into that.
And now you made me think of Bird Person.
Yeah.
That was unintentional.
It's been a difficult mating season for Bird Person.
Sorry. I just had to ask.
Yeah. No, perfect. So Raph, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking probably, oh man, crossed feathers.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, that sounds great.
Raven feathers, black raven feathers.
Yeah, crossed black raven feathers.
And what, like on what colored background?
Let's just do black raven feathers on like a royal green, like a dark forest green.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna have to put this down in my notes because that sounds cool and important.
Because I was thinking rifles, but it's been, it's
Yeah, that's
old
such a new thing. Yeah, I like the feathers. Okay, so I'm going to go to DiCorbeau family. I actually have a DiCorbeau family note. So I can go there and be like, so the colors.
So green and black.
Green and black. And then 2 crossed raven feathers on a forest green background. Okay, perfect. That actually fits pretty good because what I also envision for the grounds, it's not just a tower, and the tower is certainly the most dominating feature of the estate, but there is an estate there, and the estate is also dominated by a lot of like gardens. There are trees, but also a lot of hedges and those kind of things, also flowers and such. And it's well kept by some of the staff that the DiCorbeau keep there. Although tonight it's because you're sort of walking into the setting sun, you can really just see the silhouette of some of these shapes. Although you can see one of the DiCorbeau banners waving in the wind. It's just a gentle wind tonight. It's kind of almost a warm wind as the winter is coming to an end. And the spring is starting to bloom. You approach first this ivy-colored wall, ivy-covered, wall that is surrounds the estate. It doesn't provide a lot of protection. It's only about 7 or 8 feet tall. It also looks quite old, although it's been kept up well over the many years. Speaking of which, at the moment, Franco Ridorio, who you all met because he traveled with you for the first couple months. You can see him mending the iron rock gate out front that seems to, one of its hinges seems to have fallen loose and it doesn't seem to be operating at the moment. It's open for that purpose. But you can see that this iron rock gate is also very well crafted, kind of old, and it has a depiction of the Vitruvian Kenku on it. And it's surrounded by, it's sort of iron and so on, but it's got some, plating on it at places, silver and gold plating. There's feathers surrounding the Vitruvian Kenku and so on. It says DiCorbeau above it and a few other sort of decorative things that you would expect on this kind of gate. Noticing the approaching people, Franco is at first surprised, but then exclaims in excitement, "Oi, mio fratello, it's so good to see you again. Come here, come here." And he drops his hammer to the ground, and he embraces Raphael in a vigorous hug.
Oh, mio porto, it has been seems so long. I am happy to see you and to be at home here. I hope everything is going well.
Oh, yes, this is very good to see you again, mio fratello. I tell you, I'm very sorry that I could not wait for you any longer in earshore. I did have a lot of time, I know. I spent some time in Lianli's way, and it was little, some of those bars down there are a little bit fun to spend your coin in. But please tell me, you must have had some very exciting adventures while you were gone. What were you up to, brother?
We have seen many places and spoke to many people. I have been traveling with the mio portos here. And I gesture to them. I believe you know most of them, if not all of them.
Yes. It's good to see you again. Mr. Locke, nice to see you. He offers you a hand.
I absolutely shake it. Nice to see you again. How you doing?
Oh, and very good. And Mr. Dresdes, he looks up at you. You're looking very, very powerful. More powerful than I saw you months before.
I appreciate that.
Oh, good to see you, man. Oh, and Gio. Oh, how are you?
Good.
Oh, it seems a dark cloud is over you, my friend.
Yes.
Gio has experienced quite a big tragedy. It is best for us to not speak of it now.
Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. I'm very, very sorry. He pats you a couple extra times on your hand. He looks you in your eye, and you feel that he is, though he doesn't know your struggle, that he is really trying to empathize with your loss. And then he turns finally to Lucy. Lucia, I think since you've changed to your new form, that's why I've been calling you Lucy McPhercy.
I got Franco's art in the chat, by the way, on Discord.
Oh, nice. Ciao.
Wait, really? Where?
In the
It
general.
looks
Oh,
sick. You're doing a really good
jeez.
job.
There's
Wow.
Franco.
He's way more badass than I thought. Okay.
He's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, he's like totally buff. I think of this skinny rake dude. You got this guy's gonna. Wow. Okay. So yeah, he looks to Lucius and he says, "I don't think I have met you, sir. What is your name?"
The name is Lucius. We're just here for
Lucius?
honestly.
You look much different, Mia Porto. Oh my, this is strange, but very welcome. I like your new look. It's nice.
Well, it was just a matter of time before Verdun grows quite exponentially within a few days.
Very.
As you can see, Mia Porto, I have
Very
learned
nice.
much of the world and its ways.
Yes. Well, it's so good to see you all again. But I must ask you, mio fratello, are you here to stay?
We need some space to rest our bones. Our feathers are weary from our travel.
Oh, well then come. All of you, follow with me. I will take you back into the tower itself. Tell me, fratello, how long do you think you will want to stay? Or will you be here for the whole spring?
I doubt that we will be here for that long. It will be a temporary accommodation until we figure out our next move. I have some investigation to do around the grounds. May I ask, have you spoken to Mia Kappa or Mia Casa Donatella?
Oh, yes. Well, I, of course, speak to you, Padre, every day. He, as you know, well, maybe you have not heard. I do not know if you have been speaking with your father, but he has a new cannon design. He's quite excited about it. He
Dollar signs go into my eyes.
He says, He's got the 2 prototypes he is very excited about. They're already completed, and he's been testing them out back of the tower. I'm sure he would really want to show them to you and get your insight. He's been speaking about you for many months, and when you might return. Um, Speaking of home, I think Padre would like to see you right away, Raphael. You can bring your friends with if you would like. I think he's in his study.
You think it is a time for me to introduce him to my friend?
Yes, I think that might be okay. Well, brother, he may judge your friends. They are a little, how do you say, hmm, not of the nobility that we are used to.
I am afraid that some changes have happened in my life, Fratello. I think it is time for my father to come to terms with those changes.
Ah, well, you are your own Kenku, and you should fly by your own 2 wings. Is that right?
If only I could fly, but one day maybe with the help of my father and Donatella, I can bring that dream to reality.
Ah, my brother, I have always tell you, you always fly on the wings of your ambition. I'm sure you will always achieve what you have in your sights.
You are a good man, Franco Redorio. Do not let anyone tell you different.
Ah, and you too, Raphael. Please, come with us. And he says, he welcomes you into the tower. You guys have he sort of led you through the gardens. It's not like a maze necessarily, though you think you see a hedge maze over on the side. It's just sort of a long kind of meandering path. On the sides, there are lots of sort of bushes. Some of them don't have flowers in bloom because it's still sort of late winter, but a lot of them are still very well groomed and cared for. There are a few statues around the premises on your way in of what look to be Kenku that are probably famous DiCorbeau family members. And you eventually come up to the sort of wide open area where there are a couple carriages parked. You can see a stables off to the side. You can see a couple other side buildings that might be for servants or guests and others. But Franco leads you right into the main tower. And the main tower is a little bit narrow on the bottom, but has a lot of about 7 or 8 stories. You're going to guess above for those of you who are not here, who don't live here. Raphael, you're very comfortable. You open the door yourself. You don't wait for Franco to let you in. This is your home after all. You walk into the front. You sort of go through maybe some of your habits, leaving, your gloves or your hat down on a familiar place and so on. And you look around and breathe in that familiar air. And I'm going to let you decide where you want to go, but you can kind of just hear a couple stories up, echoing down. There's sort of like in the center of the tower, there's this kind of open air where you can hear what's going up in some of the upper towers. This particular open air area only goes up about 3 stories before the next addition that was put on top. But up on the 3rd story is where your father's study is, and you can just hear his voice and another voice. Do a perception check for me, Raph.
Perception. It's this one.
Ooh, with a critical fail.
Ooh, whoops.
You suck!
The very first roll?
Man, that's not good, is it?
Uh,
Yeah, that's not great.
Well, it's good to waste it on things that don't really matter, like trying to figure out whose voice this is from afar. You can't tell who your father's talking to, but what you can tell is it sounds like it's kind of a happy conversation. It could be your mother, it could be a cousin, it could be, a friend.
Okay.
But yeah, and Franco said, you should go up and talk to him when you get here, but that's completely up to you. You could go to your own chambers. You can get Franco to prepare the guest chambers for your guests. Yeah, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll show everybody to their rooms first so we can settle in.
Okay. Franco leads you up the stairs. And as you're going up, you are going to have to pass by on the guest chambers are on the fourth floor in the new edition, or in the second edition. And so you kind of climb up past, you have to walk up the stairs past your father's study. Why don't you all do a stealth check to see how quiet, or let's do a collective stealth check. No, let's all do a stealth check. That's more fun.
Stealth check.
I was like, you're gonna nerf me like that?
No, it's way more fun.
GM rolls, everyone. Blind
Yeah.
GM rolls.
The rogue is like, no, I don't want to do a collective stealth check.
Yeah, no thank you.
No, I'm good.
You want to lump me in with Drizzly?
Can I be by myself?
I have fucking advantage on this.
I'm certain that I rolled well.
Well, you guys all actually did really roll well. The worst roll was a 13.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, with one critical roll, and Locke, yes, you got a 27 because I know you probably want to know how awesome you were.
I didn't need to know. I know up by heart
Yeah.
how awesome.
Yeah.
I do like crush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I did.
He's
great.
already done the math on how awesome he is.
Yeah, so you guys make it up to the second floor, where, Raphael, your actual bed chambers are higher up because all of the family's chambers are up on the top levels.
Yeah.
But there are two sort of really kind of lush guest rooms set up on the fourth floor. Think of them kind of like hotel-ish room style. There's a queen bed in each one. There's like a lounging couch. There's a table, and so on. But that's about it. There is a bedroom, a bathroom of sorts. You know, somewhere where you can shit over the side of the tower.
Birds, yeah. I hope it's okay, mi portos. We shit bird style here. I hope that's okay.
Shit bird style. That's fucking great. That's just how everyone shit back in
There's
the
no
day.
functional toilets here. I'm so sorry.
Like, if you go to castles and you look at, there's just these little parts that jut out and there's a hole and you shit out the hole.
You're saying it's like a car or building is just bird poop on the side, like on one particular side?
There's
All
just-
up and down the
it's
wall.
all human poop. Yeah, exactly. It's all human poop.
Just like
Yeah,
Dude,
and
your
it's
tower
some poor
stinks.
peasant's job to go like scrape the poop off every spring or something. Can you go
Jeez.
sweep the poop wall? Yeah, sure.
There's a
Everybody has
punishment.
to shit on the same side of the building, okay?
We call him the poop scraper. He comes and scrapes the poop. That's a punishment. Or something like that, sorry. That's fun to do that accent. I
Yeah,
gotta give you
dude.
credit for that one, Andrew. That's
It's hard to not go full Antonio Banderas sometimes. It's hard not to go. It's hard, like
I have six
I mean,
fans.
it's like a
Yeah.
vampiric Antonio Banderas is kind of my balance.
It works. Sorry.
Uh,
I like everyone's voices.
Mine's like, I don't know, weird pizzeria guy.
yeah, Mario.
No, that works.
Yeah. It's
That's
me,
always
I'm
appropriate.
Mario. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so yeah, Raph, you can go up to your childhood room. What does your room look like?
I also go up in there.
So, Lucius, please feel free to accompany me. Would you like to see my childhood bedroom, mi porto?
I mean, it's still
So-
your bedroom. It's just been your bedroom
will
since
not
you were a child.
apologize.
So my bedroom, it's pretty basic. I always imagine, on the fourth floor, there's like a little nest in the corner that's like built out of wood and like raised, but it's like hanging from the ceiling, like on ropes, and it's like floating. And then just like a lot of like scrolls and hastily scrawled like fucking diagrams and shit all over the place.
Yeah.
And just a desk covered in like shitty little contraptions that don't work.
Nice. Yeah.
And like little like broken bits of technology and gears sticking out of everything, and like, you know, chests full of just random wood that I've carved down. Just really like shitty flying machines all over the place, none
Yeah.
of which are actually flying successfully.
But all like look like ornithopter prototypes.
Yeah, yeah. And there's like a lot of shit like, like model airplane kind of things hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like a raven skeleton or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and just lots of books.
yeah, okay. And so I will say also in here I mean, feel free to mine this for some resources, like whether they're just
Yeah.
role-playing shit or actual crap. So for instance, parts, which haven't really been an important part of our mechanics recently, but
Yeah.
um,
I have that written down, the amount that I have though.
yeah, so you can, if you want, harvest some more here, or what I'm thinking, and maybe by the end of today we'll have more of this, but this is probably a good opportunity for you to make a couple upgrades to your ornithopter.
Yeah, I figure I have probably more access to more advanced shit here than I do anywhere else.
Right.
I can use my dad's fabrication shit to get better stuff.
Yes, exactly. You have labs and tools and all that shit here.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could just steal your dad's parts probably.
Right.
Also, I thought I would mention, for this could work for everybody, we should maybe brainstorm a couple what might be cool upgrades to the ornithopter, because now would be a good time to maybe do one of those or two of those.
Yeah, for sure.
I got an
Yeah, and on any other Tinker-y like things that might be cool. Here we are. We're at the Tinker place, right? So,
I want stun bolts that don't do electricity damage.
you mean the ones that don't murder you? Yeah.
I want non-lethal
Ones
bolts.
that don't
That's
kill
I think that
kids.
I'm trying to scale back, de-escalate, demilitarize the ivory crowns.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind maybe looking into like I think I have do I have the framework already for the Philosopher's Stone? I think I do.
You
This is
have
a
your
good spot.
Philosopher's Stone, and you have a little thing that will make new ones if you have the right material.
Material, which would be a good
And-
spot here.
You also have, you haven't made the plans for this yet, but you have an idea for something you want to make with your Philosopher's Stone. That's also something that you might want to do while you're here. So yeah, thanks for bringing that
Yeah.
up.
There's art for my dad too, by the way, in the chat. I've got
Nice.
Leonardo DiCorbeau.
Nice. That's kind of what I was thinking too.
Yeah, just an old Kenku man in it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So, you visited your room. You've set up the others. What are the living arrangements for the rest of the four of you?
What are
Sorry.
they? What?
You cut out a little bit.
There are two guest rooms, and I guess you could all camp in Raph's room.
I
Everyone's
will
staying
go
in my room.
into a different room
Yeah. I'll also take a guest room.
and I'll stay with Locke.
Okay.
All
So
right, I
the
will.
criminals and the bodyguards.
Yeah, and I'm totally sleeping in Raph's room, and I'm probably like a little bit uncomfortable, like getting into shit, just looking around, just
Yeah.
annoying him probably on accident.
Business, you are welcome here, but please just don't move around so much.
Hey, what's this thing? And it snapped. I'm like,
Okay. It was already broken, but now it is a more broken.
Now it is a more
Sorry.
broken.
This is awesome.
Was Lucius and Locke sharing a room or not sharing a room?
You're welcome to share a room with us, or you can have your own room.
So there's
You
still
can
an
have
empty room.
there's one empty, correct? You can
Yeah.
have that if you want.
I'll take the empty room. That's
With
fine.
your
it's your
sheep?
turn. Yes.
feel like-
Oh, yes. Yes.
Nice.
I was just talking about Grand and Pan the other day.
Oh, that's right. The sheep might eat some of Raphael's stuff. I gotta be careful about that.
Your sheep's pretty well trained.
All right.
He's got a better intelligence than a normal sheep, thanks to his cool elemental powers and Granitan morphing
That's-
abilities.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, we'll take the extra room.
Okay, so you guys get settled in. It's now sort of early evening. I think maybe it would be time to have a meal. Raphael,
Absolutely.
you probably want to do some things with your family. You could do them now, you could do them later. But you just let me know what you want to do, I'm gonna think that you're probably gonna set up the ivory crowns in the kitchen to eat some foods.
No full
Yeah, that
dinner
makes
from the
sense.
DiCorbeau family?
No what?
No full dinner from the DiCorbeau family?
Well, you haven't really announced your presence yet. If
Yeah, they
you,
don't really know we're here. So
Yeah.
I think I should go introduce everybody to Dad.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. So
But
after everyone's settled, you manage to go to you come back down to the third floor, and you poke your head into your father's study, which is now quieted down as the sounds of your footsteps alerted your presence. And you poke your head in, and you see your father, first of all, who does look very like the image that you showed there. He's looking a little bit older than maybe you remember, since it's been maybe 6 months since you've seen him. He's in there and he's drinking wine with a family friend that you, Raphael, recognize as Gregorio Radici, who is an older furbolg about the age of your father, and he has spent most of your life, at least, as a friend, colleague, business partner, and he also is sort of in charge. He's kind of like the head butler of the estate. He really is more a family friend than a worker or a staff person, but he takes care of the estate for the family.
okay.
As I mentioned, Leonardo looks a little older and more frail than the last time you saw him. The ends of his feathers have turned a dull gray to a snow white in some places. And he's got a thick red blanket wrapped around him for warmth tonight as he sips some what looks to be a good vintage of Pidari wine that is, set up in a pitcher. And it looks like he and his friend Gregorio have drank about half the pitcher already, so they're a little bit into their cups. And when you come into the room, he says, well, if the wandering son has not returned. Well, come here then, let's have a hug. He gets up a little bit more gingerly than he has in the past, and he embraces you in his long wingspan.
Yeah, Kappa, it has been too long. I hope everything is well here.
Aye, it's still going well. The business, as you know, is very good. Franco made a good trip, even though I hear you left him halfway. That's not good for the business, my boy. But I know that the DiCorbeau family, especially the men, we get a little wanderlust when we are about your age. So I wonder, my chickadee, did you find what you were looking for? Has your wanderlust been sated?
I am afraid not, Kappa. I search for more. I search for more mystery, and when I find the answers, it seems more mystery is always waiting. I have come here, one, to make sure you are comfortable, and two, to make sure that I know what information I can get from these archives here.
Oh, I see, my boy. You have not given up that quest yet. I will support you if that is what you wish to do. I would be much more comfortable if you could be, here, home, helping me with the business. Your mind is very keen, and did Franco tell you? I've got some new cannons. Their range and power have been increased since our last versions. I would really love to see your hand in improving the designs.
I would be more than happy to help you with this design, Kappa. I would love to see what you have been working on. I believe that I may have some practical applications that could be of help. You see, I have been traveling with some friends, some porters of mine. I hope it is okay. They have come as our guests.
But I kind of gesture everybody in through the room.
he looks them up and down, and it's a little bit hard to judge. He tries not to display a lot of his emotions or feelings on his face. And he says, are these the ones that you would travel with now? They appear to be ruffians and of unknown families. Commoners by the look of them, except perhaps this one. While he's inspecting Dresdis, he kind of leans in a little bit closer and he's like, they're probably criminals, are they?
Where are your manners? These are guests inside the tower, DiCorbeau.
Yeah, guests inside my family home, and if I'm going to welcome in people with a shady past or a questionable history, I think it is my right to know it. So tell me, are they criminals?
These
No.
are Mia Portos. This is Lucius McPherson, a famous archaeologist and respected scholar from Earshore. I have
My family's from Earshore. Am I being called a criminal right now?
I'm merely asking of your histories. I do not know what families you are from.
Lucius holds a degree from the University of Earshore.
I'm graduated, sir.
I am
Have
very
you graduated
sorry.
from college?
I apologize, good sir. I did not know of your background, and now that I do, I am honored to meet you.
This is our captain, Locke. He is an honorable man, despite his appearance.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Well, good to meet you, too. Captain, you say?
Oh, Captain.
Well, if you are a ship captain, then that is a very prestigious enterprise. My boy, I did not know that you were in the company of ship captains. I apologize again. I'm sorry for my rudeness. Please, introduce your other friends.
This is Dresdis Nerdez, the proud warrior. He has come from far and wide to walk the path.
Indeed, former member of the Blazing Halberds, current member of the Ivory Crowns. I almost said clowns.
Ivory clowns. I love it.
And this is a Gia Iku. He is a local and a soldier. He has served his country well.
Well, Matt, I now see, Mia son, that you have selected an eclectic group of individuals with varied skills, and
It is with their help, Kappa, that I have found myself closer than ever to the secrets of the Kenku flightlessness and the truth of the Avia Machina.
oh my, Mia Chickadee, please, if only you would give up that foolish quest. I know I cannot talk you out of it, but please, you know you would be welcome back in my workshop. Anytime, please. But listen, I'm sorry to say this, but you know I would never turn you away. I would never turn your friends away. I'm sorry I misjudged you all on my first sight. Please, you can clean yourselves up in our bathrooms if you need to. He lays on some backhanded insults to you.
Wow, sick. I
Yeah.
can wash my hands.
Yeah, exactly. You can wash the stink and filth of your journey off of you if you know. And he says, and of course, the guest rooms are where you remember. You go. Your friends are welcome to take them. Of course, there's linens and such in the closet, as you know, and there will be dinner served at 8 o'clock tonight. That's still in an hour and a bit. I will have the cooks tell that we have guests tonight. Yes, clean yourselves up, and I'll see you all in the dining room for dinner.
May I request the roasted Pescara seed salad?
Oh, of course, son. I know it is one of your favorites. I will tell the cook.
Thank you, Kappa. I appreciate your generosity. no matter what happened before the generosity.
More backhand. It's like this is how the DiCorbeaus communicate. Just
Yeah.
backhanded
Raphael's
insults.
got a boomer, a narcissistic boomer dad. I
Yeah.
get it.
So you guys do clean up if you want or not, then when dinner is served, you'll notice that who attends dinner is not really many more than you've already seen around the estate. Your father, Leonardo, is there. Franco is there, and Gregorio is there, as well as the five of you. But you notice
Is my aunt present?
your aunt is not present. You know that she's likely on the campus but because she's a little estranged, she usually doesn't come to the family dinners and stays out in her little perch. And you also notice that your mother is not present, which is a little bit strange because if she was here, she would be present. But it's also a little bit not unexpected because she often goes to Pescara to hang out in the court and such.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not certain why she's not around, but that's your best guess. Otherwise, there's lots of food, and your salad is served as well as some roasted and grilled fish dishes. There some gentle wine is served, a nice light wine, and you have sort of a gentle meal and conversation. Is there anything you wanted to engage Franco, Gregorio, or
Just
Leonardo?
for flavor, I wanted to say that y'all, every time I've eaten so far, y'all have seen me eat like a human being, where I like use a fork and knife and like get the food into my face. But here I'm just full on bird pecking the plate.
Yeah.
I'm just like going full blood, like down home Kenku. I'm just like fucking pecking the plate, getting my seeds.
I'm actually doing the opposite. You guys have seen me out on the road eating like a pig, and here I'm showing etiquette.
Very polite of you, Tristan.
Who are these people? With their habits.
Yeah, but no, I don't have anything to really. Cap, when tomorrow at dawn, can we investigate your new cannons?
Of course, Mia boy. I'd love to show you. They're very wonderful.
Locke and anyone else, of course, but Locke, I think it would be good for you to accompany me.
Yeah, I'd love to see some new cannons.
I'm gonna go ahead and join you if you don't mind, Raphael.
Of course, the more the merrier. We must see what new firepower Mia Kappa has developed.
Indeed, we do. Look at Locke.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah, that's all I really wanted to make sure that I knew. Also, I'm gonna keep my investigations otherwise to myself.
Okay, that's cool. All right, then. Otherwise, you have a quick dinner. You know, maybe you and your father catch up a little bit. Although he's not one for gossip, he wants to talk about engineering and such. But maybe you share some of your travels that are, suitable for your family, and skip over the parts where you murder teenagers.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Firm skip.
Yeah. But otherwise, you have a good sort of meeting with your father. And yeah, after dinner, it's getting kind of late. You can either go to bed or try and check in on your aunt late at night.
Yeah, I think I want to go check out what she's up to, for sure. I want to go to ask why she wasn't. Maybe I take her a bowl of salad.
Okay, sounds good. So when you get to her door, it's unlocked, and you're usually welcome in, so you just let yourself in. And you walk in, and her salon is usually what she describes it is. It's just a one-room, sort of large. It's where she lives, but it's also where she does her work. So very much like your bedroom, it's quite cluttered. There's lots of books, blueprints, tools, you know, unidentified devices that some are like just small, like you were mentioning on her desk, like something she might have been working on, but the others are kind of large and maybe draped over with some canvas, clearly still under construction. And then any number of strange knickknacks, things that she may have got in her travels when she was younger, before you were born or before you were old enough to know her. And then also she's got, you know, various, they're not necessarily magical, some might be, but a lot of them have just mundane things, but things like incense burning, there's lots of smells and sort of, you know, the atmosphere is kind of filled with dust and smoke. She's been working on stuff in here. And this for you brings back, you know, a bunch of memories of your childhood and growing up learning from your aunt. It's sort of the smell of your aunt, but it's also the smell of tinkering and, you know, machinery and so on. The other sort of cool thing about her little perch and salon is that sunlight funnels into the room from these skylights, and she's got this sort of elaborate network of mirrors that's set up that will actually enhance the light, and it actually fills the room with sort of an unnatural brightness, especially since in Pescara, as you can imagine, it often is very sort of overcast, kind of Pacific Northwesty. A lot of the times it's not really bright, but she's got it set up so there's lots of brightness in her room. In particular, it focuses lights in certain areas, like on her desk or her lab bench where she works, areas where she would want a lot of light. And you know, just from your experience, that she's got little levers and things that will allow her to move the mirrors, which will change where the light is focused, but also change the intensity of the light and things like that. So as you enter, she looks around, and she gets up and she says,
I made art for her too, by the way. It's a chat.
nice. Ooh, I like that one. Okay. Domenica. Raphael, wee chickadee, hoo, 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 hoo. She coos in delight. Welcome home. Oh, hoo, you're so brave. Oh, and look at these friends you've brought with you. Come on in, come on in. She starts clearing off, you know, scrolls and books off of couches that look like they are rarely used as couches. But she scoops up enough so that there's space for you all to find a place to sit here and there. She says, well, now my little Raphael, if you've been gone so long, you must have found some clues in your quests. Oh, tell me, what have you found, my young one?
I have found riddles upon riddles, Miakasa.
No.
Every time I uncover a clue, it seems that more clues are waiting. I need your help. I know that I need to be searching for more information on Romulus and Remus, and I know that their graves are almost certainly located here on the DiCorbeau Tower grounds. I don't know if you know anything more about this.
Oh, Romulus and Remus, eh? Well, that's going far back. Well, my boy, let's. Do you need me to tell you the tale of Romulus and Remus, the clever ravens, again?
I know that they outsmarted everyone else in order to get the gift of flight.
Ah,
And
yes, so you know our
a
history, haha.
I know that it was stolen from them by the Sangua Pesta.
Aha, yes, you always loved that tale when you were such a wee chickadee. But, you mentioned their graves. You know, there is the shrine to Romulus and Remus, and, for at least common knowledge amongst the family is that is where their final resting place is. Yes, you can visit it, my boy, but I don't know if you'll find much there beyond what you already know.
I have also learned quite a bit about some of our older ancestors, and something about an organization.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about the Donatello, DiCorbeau?
Oh, Donatello, you had told me before you left that you had uncovered some secrets and were seeking out his final resting place. Is this right?
I found it, Miakas. I found his bones and his journal.
Oh my! Oh me! What did you find when you found him?
I found that he was working with other organizations and that he was a member of a secret society. I can't remember the name of the society.
The Raven's Eye.
That's it, the Raven's Eye. He was an agent of the Raven's Eye. I don't know if you know anything about this.
Can you do an insight check for me?
I sure can. I'm waiting for it. Oh, I'm so good at insight.
She says, the Raven's Eye. Oh my boy, that's it's a institution I've heard of before. Yes, but I don't know. I think it is a criminal institution, one that practices in assassination, I believe. But
it was the task of Donatello to kill the king, Kedrick.
oh well, this is interesting information. But how does this support you in your quest, my boy?
I have to believe that it is connected somehow. I don't know how. I am trying to find where my different lines meet together.
I see, my boy. Donatello left a cipher. These notebooks that you were studying before you left. You could not translate them. Was there anything in his final resting place that helped you to decipher this?
See, I have decoded some of it here.
Well, my boy, I think this is the true prize that you have found in your travels, because there are, as you know, additional notes written in this code and other codes here in the library. I believe. Let me see if I can remember. Donatello, he left 3 books. Yes, the 3 books in the cipher before he died. They might hold the clues to the puzzle that he has in his shrine. I did not spend time myself trying to figure it out, but you have a keen mind, and perhaps you could figure it out. I know the books are still in the library. I only looked at them a few times. They are gibberish to me. And I fear what I would find in them if they weren't. Venture into them with caution, my boy, but good luck. Good luck.
Thank you, Miakasa. I am glad to have spoken to you again. I am sure that I will update you to whatever I learn.
Oh, thank you, my boy, and yes, good luck. I hope you find what you are looking for.
Alright, time to go to bed.
Okay, boom, bang. Bedtime, next day. Let's see what Wally's up to. Boo! It's feed day. Wally,
Son of a bitch.
what's the weather today?
I made Wally art a while ago.
Yeah, I saw the wall. That's what reminded me. It's another sort of cool day coming in on the cliffs of Piscara today. Yes, it will be about 53 as a high. It's going to be mostly clear. There's a nice breeze coming in from the west. Enjoy your day. That's Wally. Check it out.
Thanks, Wally. I appreciate you.
Your omniscience is terrifying.
He
I
appreciates
hope
your
we
fear.
satisfy your needs.
He feeds
Oh,
off
great
your
not
Wally,
fear.
smite
the
us.
weather wizard, do not punish us with rains of acid.
Yes, careful what you wish for.
Do not bless me with your acid rain.
All right.
Pretty good.
Okay, so it's the next morning. What's your priorities? Going to the library, hanging out with Papa, looking at the cannons.
I figure we should start with the cannons because he said he wanted to do that bright and early.
Sure.
And
So you
I
get
will
up.
wake up bright and early for that shit.
How bright and early is your bright and early, Raphael?
Well, we want to be considerate to the flora and fauna of the area, so we don't want to be doing cannon fire at like 8 a.m. Right? But I'm talking if we can be like 10:30.
I love how you respect the flora and fauna.
Yeah, I feel it would upset all the birds, which I
Okay.
feel like is counterintuitive to what we're doing.
That's true. You are bird people.
Yeah.
Okay, 10:30 a.m. Is that late enough for the others to attend? Locke and who else was trying to attend? Lucy?
Lucius.
Yeah.
I'll get up early for cannons.
Yeah. All right. So you guys get up and you know the Lucius and Locke, you might show up a little bit later around 10, but Raph, you and your father are talking about blueprints and looking over the cannons before you do a test fire. That will be at 10:30, and you spend probably, let's say, at least an hour and a half, maybe longer, working together on these. And so maybe I'll just let's spitball. What do you think you guys were working on? What do you think you can add to your father's design or help him with his cannons?
Well, I feel like the interactions that I've had with Geo
Mm-hmm.
have really got me like brain concentrated on like infusing things with elemental damage.
Okay.
So some sort of like fire infuser or lightning infuser, I think, is what I would probably want to add. Or I can also show the badass scope that I've made on my rifle and show him that the innovations I've made with my goggles as well, and be like, hey, I could probably figure out some sort of optical situation to get these a pretty higher range.
All right. So, what kind of?
Or I can use what I've learned
Yeah.
from Dresdes, and we can make it shoot warhammers.
Okay. So you talk to your father about your ideas, and you probably could have already guessed which ideas he's more interested in when you start talking about the fire infusing, because that's most likely going to be not 100%, but most likely going to be a magical kind of thing. He's not a fan of that. He's all mundane. He doesn't like any of that magic shit. But when you start talking about your scope, he's all big on that. He loves that. And he starts talking to you about ways that he increased the rifling of the cannon so that he could increase the length so that it would be more accurate, so that when you added something like a scoping mechanism on it, it would make it more accurate. And you guys go through a lot of time, and you aren't, it's only this morning, you don't have time to actually build what you have in mind, but you make a couple adjustments to the cannon along the lines that you guys are discussing, like I said, extending the rifling and the length and so on to get further range. So why don't you do a tinkering check, which I think we were saying is your sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, yeah.
To see how well you do. Okay. So now, your father says, as the rest of you come out, he is helping you out by giving you some goggles, safety equipment and such. He also gives you some ear protection. But as you guys are sort of getting ready and putting them on, he's explaining, he says, well, my boy, this cannon I've been testing, last week I tested it up to 300 feet with very keen accuracy. I think with our improvements today, we might be able to improve even further than that. What distance do you think we should put the target at for us today?
I see no reason why this cannon should not be able to reach at least 500 feet.
500, my boy. That is very ambitious. Let us do it then. Let's put Hey, Franco, my boy. Yes, I need you to go out 500 feet. No, Franco, go stand 500 feet. Put your hand over your head.
Come on.
No, go. Drag the dummy out there, boy. Drag it out 500 feet and put the dummy. Yes, count out 500 paces. He goes. Takes him about 15 minutes to get out there and then come all the way back because he doesn't want to be in the blast zone. When he gets back, he's sweating. He's a little bit tired. But now that I'm envisioning that like buff, like cool guy that that Raph made, he's no longer like huffing and puffing. Now he's just like, yeah, that's the kind of workout I like. And he comes back and you guys, Raphael, you make the final touches to the cannon. You only adjusted one of the two prototypes this morning. That's all you had time for. Let's shoot it. So I guess we need to shoot it. So let's make a...
shoot it.
You can do a 500 feet is going to be hard. So I'm going to say it's AC or DC is 20. Okay. And however, you did really good on your Tinker check earlier. So I'm going to say you can roll a d20 plus 5 plus your proficiency bonus, whatever that is. I think it's probably 3.
Public? Can we see it?
Yep, public it.
You got this, man.
One d20 plus what?
8.
Efficiency?
Plus 8. Okay.
Oh! Oh, was that not public? It wasn't. Oh, it was a 20. You hit it right on.
Hell yeah.
You just hit so you didn't roll a 20, you got a dirty
Nice
20,
time.
which means you just hit the target. So
I'll take it.
you get there, you don't have your scope, but maybe, tell me, you could use your scope, you could use your goggly things. What do you want to use to help you line up your sight?
Yeah, the scope for sure.
Okay, so you basically, you spend some time unattaching the scope from your rifle, and you don't actually attach it to the cannon, but you use it to like aim the cannon, right? Mm-hmm. And you line it up. You make minor adjustments that take about 3 or 4 minutes to just get it lined up exactly how you need it, and then you light the fuse. You signal to everyone to cover your ears, and as the fuse burns down, boom! Giant boom. Even with your ears covered, you can feel the vibrations in your chest. You're shook by it. The cannon, of course, has this huge kickback. It pulls against the ropes and such that have it fastened for that case. And this cannonball just flies. And it's fast and quick. So you can just barely see it flying through the air. It's so fast. And then what you see is this dummy, this wooden dummy that's got hay bale head kind of thing, just fucking explode, like splinters everywhere. And then the ground beneath it, like the part, the stand that it is on is hit with such force that it's driven into the ground, and just dirt and rocks and everything just fly up into the air. And there's just, for about 10 or 15 seconds, all this filth and dirt and dust and smoke and everything just come, crashing down. And when it all clears, you can see there's like a nice, good, like, rivet just dug out of the earth behind the dummy that is now no longer there, just splinters and hay and dust everywhere.
Here we go. That is what I call a cannon shot.
Your father, who you rarely see this excited, is actually jumping up and down, and he's like, my boy, you hit it! Oh my gosh, the 500 feet, the 500! I don't believe it, my boy, I can't believe you line up that shot. This idea you have with a scope is It's marvelous. It's a game changer. You know what this will do to Decker and Klaus's sales. Ha 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 ha! That fucking bastard. Oh, I'm sorry, my boys. I shouldn't speak it that way in front of you all. Ha ha. But boy, please.
You wouldn't want to offend my friend's delicate sensibilities.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'm so
I'll
sorry.
actually spit on the ground if they say his name.
When he says
Because
Declan
I've
Krause.
seen Raphael do it so many times.
Not-
Not to like
I'm
keep
gonna-
up appearances.
I'm gonna join you in that. We should all just start doing that whenever anybody says that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, if his dad's doing it, then we're all gonna do it together.
I spit at him.
I
And
love
spit
it.
at vampires.
And he's so excited to see that. He jumps up and down and sort of spins around in a circle. And again, you haven't seen your father this way in a long time. And it's very kind of, rewarding to you to be able to give this experience to your father. And he's eager to, after this test, I don't know what, how long you want to spend continuing to do this, but he really wants you to work on this design for the scope. And you know that in your mind, if you dedicated your time to it, like the quickest you could maybe knock this out would be 2 weeks. But you're talking more like a month, 6 weeks to do a good job on it.
Right.
So you have to weigh in your mind because you have your other things you want to do, your research on Donatello, your maybe helping Lucius with the Philosopher's Stone upgrade, and then also your own tinkering. You want to build, upgrade your own
Yeah.
your ornithopter.
I got
and
a lot of
such.
things that I want to get
So-
done for sure.
You definitely feel this weight on you, like, do I spend time helping my father and my family, or do I break away? But again, so maybe we'll say you work until noon because you really can't break away. And now I'll say, like, okay, at lunchtime, do you decide to go back to working with your dad, leave him to his own thing, and hit the library, or what?
No, I think I'm gonna wait till nighttime to hit the library.
Okay, so you'll spend the
Okay.
rest of the day shooting cannons.
Yeah, I'll shoot cannons and I'll spend time like analyzing my site and trying to replicate it for the cannons.
Okay, so why don't you do another sleight of hand for me? We're gonna adjust the second prototype. Okay, and now I want you to roll another target shot at 500 again. So 1d20, but this time you get plus 11. Oh! Not good enough. You got a 15 this time, even with a plus
okay.
11. So, but
That's a bad roll, yeah.
you end up shooting a little bit. The ball doesn't make it as far as it can, but it still makes it about 475 feet is your best estimate. You're feeling a little tired at the end of the day, and your aim wasn't quite as precise as you were able to get earlier.
Right.
And maybe in the sun, the dark dusk light or whatnot, it was getting a little hard to see. But it was still a large success. Your father and you discuss it for another 10-15 minutes about what went wrong and so on. But when you actually walk out there to look at the target, you see that even though the ball impacted 25 feet before it should have, all the debris and such that sprayed onto the dummy was still enough to knock it down and break off one of its arms, or really kind of think of like kind of shotgun kind of pellet look.
Yeah.
It's just torn away with some of the debris. And so you and your father go away feeling really happy about these two tests. You maybe have another late dinner again tonight, still talking about the engineering, but you're able to break away for some time and go to the museum, or sorry, the library. Now let me switch to Donatello's journals. Okay, so when you get into the library, it doesn't take you any time. I'm not going to make you roll. to find the journals because
Yeah.
you know where this shit is.
I've read them before. I just didn't
Exactly.
understand them. Yeah.
You've probably studied them to try and figure them out, and you haven't really got very far. But you get to the 3 journals, and now you're immediately like there. You can't read the cipher like it's a language. You're not that good at it yet, right? But
Right.
you're good enough to start recognizing symbols and being like, oh, that's a this and that's a that. And so with a little bit of effort, I'm going to say about 5 minutes, you're able to put together the titles, or at least what's written on the covers.
Right.
The first one is labeled DiCorbeau Journal. Well, it just says journal, but then it has your family name written on it. So that part you could read, but the encrypted part is in journal. The second one is entitled The Ledger of Donatello DiCorbeau and the Raven's Eye. And then the third one is just tinkering notes is what it's labeled as. And inside that one, you've known since you were a young child that this is one that you were really interested in, because inside there's lots of diagrams. You could never decipher them because it was all in code, but they all looked really, cool. And I'll just metagame for a second here. That one is just like upgrades to your ornithopter. I have nothing written under there because I was going to let you guys fill that in with cool ideas like the stun bullets and things like that.
Cool. Net launcher.
Yeah, exactly. All those cool things are in there.
Oh, maybe a net launcher would be cooler than a stun bullet.
Yeah, and the other thing I will say about that is now that we're level 5 and probably soon to be level 6, the power level of the things we can do is upgraded, right? So stun bullets and net launchers are definitely on the table now that we're into the level 6 to 10 range. Stuff like that.
Cool.
Okay, so you've got these 3 books in front of you. You've got one that looks like it's the DiCorbeau Family Journal, or Journal about the DiCorbeau Family. You have one that looks like it's a Ledger of the Raven's Eye, and then you have your tinkering notes. Which one do you dive into first?
The Ledger of Donatello DiCorbeau and the Raven's Eye.
Okay. So, it's probably going to take you a while to do some deciphering of the text, right?
Yeah, right.
So I'm going to say you have a couple hours tonight before dinner and after you're done with your dad to poke around, and that's enough to either start reading it thoroughly and get a few pages in probably, because it's going to be slow to start the deciphering and faster as you get into it, or you can try and jump around a little bit and maybe try and get titles of headings and things like that, and see, try and get your bearings in the book to see what would be a valuable part to decipher.
I definitely want to do that. I want to do the formatting first. I want to figure out the way that it's laid out and find the relevant bits that I need.
Okay, so
that way I'm not wasting my time just deciphering big sections I don't need.
Then do an investigation check for me.
Alright. I can do that. Investigation. I'm good at that.
Yes, you are. You did really well on that roll. So I'm going to say that luckily Donatello already kind of organized it somewhat well. What you can tell from your quick scurry through it is this is a ledger of assassination jobs performed by members of the Raven's Eye Assassination Guild. The ledger is organized kind of by date, but later on in the ledger it's also organized by, it looks like, assassin.
Okay.
And but early on in the ledger it looks like there's only a single assassin listed in most of the ledger.
Okay.
And then it was a pair, and those ones you have already deciphered because you were curious. The initial one were all Donatello's marks.
Okay.
Okay. And then later, Donatello's marks were interspersed with the marks of another person named Piero.
Piero.
And then later on, you start getting listings for many different assassins. And so the ledger starts getting thick with them. You stop sort of deciphering all the names. You just notice. You've noticed Piero. To be clear, these are also listed for Piero Pipistrello. Donatello is listed as Donatello DiCorbeau, and Piero is listed as Piero Pipistrello. And do a history check for me.
Okay, 1 second. So sorry. I just exited out of that thing. History check. Okay, here it is. Oh, I'm really good at that.
Okay, so you vaguely remember the name Piero from some of your other Donatello's notes. That's me, DM, giving you the hint. If you go look back at your notes, his name will be in there again.
Oh yeah.
So that's what you've been able to uncover is basically this.
So I know who Piero is now.
You have more information about Piero for sure. But at the moment, it's still very, like, you've read headings, right? So you could go in and learn more about some of the targets that were killed. Or you could learn about some of the other assassins, or you could try and, I don't know, piece together what this is all about. But I would say you've walked away from this session with a pretty good abstract knowledge of what's in this particular book without the details.
Got it.
Okay.
I know names, places, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the details you don't know, you could decipher them, but you get the idea. Donatello was an assassin, Piero was an assassin, they worked together. And then later on, well, you're not really certain if they worked together, but they were definitely assassins of
the same organization. Yeah.
And I will say the last thing that you can kind of conclude is that Donatello and or Piero, probably both, rose over the decades. This is a decades-long ledger, about 2.5 decades. They rose in the ranks or something. You can't really, none of this is really noted, but you're guessing from the way the entries are organized that they started becoming in charge of other assassins. How about that?
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So you leave that night, and I think so. We've had a lot of Raphael. We're obviously in a Raphael arc, and I think this might be a good time to just go around and pass spotlight. Does anyone else want to just do anything? We can do anything that isn't Raphael before Raphael does more Raphael.
Do we want to do Sorcerer's Stone stuff? Can I take 10 real quick? I gotta go fix my chicken wings.
Sure. How about we do that then? Let's take 10, and then if anyone has, thinks up something fun you want to do or whatever, we can do that when we come back. Okay, I'm just gonna go around everybody who's not Raphael and ask you what you're doing when Raphael's doing his shit. And you don't have to say much, but if you've got something in mind, we can do something. So we'll start with Locke.
Oh, what am I doing? I have been enjoying canon time. And in the times that I'm not doing canon time, I guess I'll train.
So you're bonding with Raphael's dad?
No, I thought Raphael was over there.
Well, Raphael was doing it the first day, but I think now Raphael's going to be off doing shit in his, library and shit.
Well then in that case, are we just talking, for what have I been doing for the day? Or
yeah, you're going to have a day or two or a week, or, you're hanging around the estate. What would you be up to? Are you robbing the place?
Nah, my homie. Like, this is my buddy's family, so I'm not gonna rob him. But like, this is I guess I'll just start like training. I guess
Okay.
or
Sure.
I don't know. I'm
Okay.
just some kind of
We'll just say you work on your skills, and if we can think
Yeah.
up something. Okay. How about Geo?
I was just gonna check. I think I have my Earth grapple mastered, but I might not have the fire wheel. Oh, maybe I do.
I think you may have
Oh, they're both Earth grapple.
trained. Everyone's trained according to my
Okay.
notes. So you could come up with a new one. How about you think up a new one?
Okay, that sounds amazing.
Maybe
I'll try to come up.
I just wanted to say for
Hey, Google.
Geometa, like
Stop.
something water might help.
All right, that sounds cool. I'll try
Just
to think
because
of
we're gonna be in the sea a lot,
Mhm.
or air, because both of those are now gonna be more advantageous during the pirate arc.
I will like it. I
Yeah.
will. Give me a moment to look at some homebrew cantrips, and then maybe I can come up with something and propose it to you guys.
Okay, cool.
All right, cool.
So Geo is gonna be doing that and probably brooding and worrying about his grandson.
And those things too. Yes, yes.
Dresdis, what
Very
you gonna be
sad.
up to?
I think I don't know if you talked about this before, but getting a deal to arm the Blazing Halberd with DiCorbeau rifles.
Okay.
I don't know. This sounds like fun.
So, but like, are you gonna bankroll that, or are you? Do you have an idea? Do you have a pitch?
I think the idea is to speak with Mr. DiCorbeau and suggest sending an envoy to the Blazing Halberd's base in whatever that was.
You're sure.
You're sure. Thank you.
So-
Sure.
Okay, so here's the one thing I'll also say is since you have the connection with the long road,
Oh yeah.
that could actually help. You know I think you could work on something. Let's just do a quick persuasion check and see how good you are at greasing this wheel.
I'm gonna use my one thingy too.
Oh shit.
Inspiration.
Yeah, that thing.
Well, then you just criticaled your persuasion. So yeah, you definitely have. We'll say over a couple days, you broker an arrangement that's going to help
Hey,
the
Google.
DiCorbeau rifles.
Set a timer for 5 minutes.
Oh, what is Google
Uh-oh.
doing?
Oh, sorry, yeah, not on mute. My bad.
Yeah, so the you broker an arrangement where DiCorbeau rifles will make their way into the Blazing Halberd's hands, and in exchange, you will help DiCorbeau rifles get greater exposure throughout all of Wool using the long road, and we'll say that there is a long road merchant already set up in Pescara, so that makes it easy for you to do this. But we'll say that's a couple days, at least, or maybe a week. You know, we'll fill some of the time here as we're here. That leaves Lucius, right? Lucius, what are you going to be up to?
Well, I kind of want to do some research if we have. Is this like at least a couple days of downtime in a
Yep.
place? And they have a library, I assume.
Yep. It's
And I assume that
yeah.
as an artificer, it has magical and engineerical fucking
Yeah.
books and tomes.
Yeah. Exactly.
So-
It's not like exactly made up for your needs, but you'll find lots of things that will be helpful there.
Right. I don't exactly want things of exactly what I am looking for, right? Like, but I want to know, do they got a book on, fey crystals and how they need to be engineered,
Okay. So,
right?
yeah,
Do
I
they?
like that.
I don't
Okay.
know. That's a
Yeah,
little like off.
it
They
feels like
might,
crystal engineering would be
right?
something that we probably
They
have.
they
Yeah.
might. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
ask how to fucking kill people and suck their souls into bottles of black energy, but I would like to know what's up with fey crystals.
Fine.
Not
So
yet.
you
Not yet.
you
Anyway.
you find
Well,
the
you gotta
book on
choose the
sucking people's
place.
souls out, and you're
We
like,
have to
nope,
choose the place for the sucking of the souls,
not this
okay?
one.
This isn't the right spot for it.
Yeah. Okay, fake crystals. I like this. So I think that's going to be an investigation check.
Thick. Thank you.
See what you can
Let's go.
find
I
about.
appreciate
And-
that we've paused the looting and the soul sucking and while we're near my family. I appreciate that, everybody.
I've already regaled you. I will say,
Raphael, I know that you've seen previously that I'm going to be probably going some sort of path of sucking life force and putting it into other things, and I just need to remind you that we are bound by company standards to not touch any of you and yours. So, thank you.
I appreciate that my loyalty to the Ivory Crowns has bought the safety of my family from your soul sucking.
Literally anyone, actually. Anyone you want. It doesn't matter. You can
I
say
have to
anything
say-
you want, and I will not do it. That's all you have to say. You say, hey, Lucius, don't do it to that guy. And I'll go, all right.
That seems
I'll
overly
find someone
specific.
else.
That seems very detailed, which makes me feel like you're more likely to do it.
I promise it. Anyway.
Seems like you've thought about this a lot.
I'm gonna roll a
Yep.
investigation.
All right. So here's what you're able to find. You do find a book about fey crystals. It's not super detailed. It doesn't have any information about fabricating them yourself, but it does. The most useful information you find in there is that fey crystals are naturally formed, often where you find other elemental crystals, but also where the barrier between the Feywild and the actual the primaterial plane is weak or thin, and so those will
Like
cause
Fernhenge.
yeah, like Fernhenge, for instance, and there will be other locations like that scattered around. All
Is
of
there
here.
anything that it might point to in this area on this island? Because I know Fernhenge is on the main island, right?
Yes. So, yes, I would say that you're okay. So, probably not on Pidari,
And that's fine. I mean,
but
just
you see
searching.
the forest of Rothsgard down to the southwest.
Hold on. Let me double click all my shit. In Kiergaard?
Yeah.
Kiergaard? Oh, Forest of Rothsgard? Yeah.
That area is. They talk about finding fey crystals in the forest of Rothsgard.
Really? So there's now two different areas I know of.
Yeah, and
Okay,
based on
that's
this,
good.
in this book, I think you might find other places. They talk about other woods like the Learwood, Durkan Forest.
Yeah,
maybe the
can I write
Dirkwild.
down all of the, sorry, can I, hold on.
Yeah,
Let me just get into my edit, because that's my fake crystals. From where? Forest of Rothsgard.
yeah. I would say pretty much every forest on this map is a place listed as at least a potential place.
Okay.
So that's Kierwood, Trellowild, Learwood,
Wild. Darren Forest, Learwood.
Durkan Forest, Dirkwild.
Okay.
And then also they talk about sometimes found around lakes, and there's lots of lakes in Gurdan.
Okay.
So actually, what you find is a book about the Feywild. In it, it talks about Fey crystals, and it's mostly talking about the Feywild in Gurdan. So it talks about places where you can transfer into the Feywild in Gurdan. So it mentions those forests. It mentions a lot of lakes, also probably in the mountains of Gurdan. And So
Nothing about getting to the Feywild by any chance?
yeah, it does. It lists that there are different kinds of natural barriers or natural portals that will transfer you, like lily pads in the water, fairy ring mushroom kind of things, certain trees like lone solo weeping willows, things like this. That they there are signs in there that tell you what to look for if you're trying to get into the Feywild.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will steal this book.
All right. You have no problem stealing the book. So I will also mention a couple other things, and this is just sort of food for thought for you. I know you've got an idea of what you want to do with your Philosopher's Stone, turn it into this cool teleporty device. And
I think I do, but at the same time now, seeing what Tristan is doing, it's
Right.
a lot more interesting.
I do want to say a little bit meta is that you guys don't use any of the shit I give you. Like,
Well, I just don't know what to do with an
exactly. You're
all-powerful
just
orb.
you're kind of following like video game hoarding style, where you have you have a bag full of 1,000 potions after you kill the last boss, because you're just saving them for the next boss, and there just never is, you know. And so one of my friends, this was like 20 years ago. He just adopted a new rule with his magic items, which was like drink every potion, drink like cast every spell, like no, who cares, whatever it is, just use it. And the reason is he knew that if he used them all, I would give him more, so then he would just use them all the time. But also,
So that's awesome, right?
yeah,
And I love using all of my sick inventory because I'm waiting for a time to use my fucking spider climb amulet. But what do I do with an all-powerful orb?
whatever the fuck you want, including probably explode yourself up. But
Right?
that's why I'm saying is don't get lost in all the options here. Just like that's why I like this teleport thing is you already came up with it. It's well defined. Let's make it
Yeah.
happen. Done.
Let's
On
make
to
it
the
happen.
next one. If we finish it off in the next couple sessions,
Well, I can make another one.
then
too,
you can
so
make
it doesn't
another
matter.
one. Yeah, exactly. I think you should focus on the teleporty thing, and I did want to bring in just a little details on how we could make it happen or another thing happen. But you have
No, let's go. Because I was
Yeah.
going grand scale right now, like gathering information about everything,
yeah,
wherever I'm at for this. Because I have this thing in front of me, right? That's a complicated machine slash magic to understand. So I'm not delving into too much of anything. But if you have ideas, I would be down to
right.
explore how to, yeah, do that.
So I want to
If
give
we're
you
here in Pescara and you have
Yeah.
a hook for me, for sure.
I want to give you structure to know what the path forward is, and then you get to choose the path, and if you want to go down it. So
Brad.
remember, there are these 5 components to the like perfect
Yeah, I have them up.
Philosopher's Stone. Yes. So to make your thing do it, you basically have an imperfect version of one of those components, and what you realize is you could kind of make imperfect versions of the other components, and you might not even need all of the components. I don't know, but
Well, I have the arcane structure.
yes,
I need the divine, and I need the shadow.
those are the ones that you've decided that you need to make
Well,
it
I need
work.
them.
Because the
In
shadow
order
will
to
restrict
be
the power.
where Tristan is, I have the arcane structure,
Yeah.
but the divine, the power to control, and the shadow energy to dampen the power that is used
Yes.
is currently needed.
Right.
And fake crystals are used for both.
The Fey crystals you don't necessarily need, because you already have the crystalline structure too made out of ruby. So you're right. So you actually have 2 pieces. The problem with the crystalline structure is it's made for life-giving. Fey crystals could be used for anything. So yes, I think your analysis is right. You need the divine so that you can redirect the power towards the teleporting.
Something else.
Yes. So
Right now I just have power. I need to direct
okay.
it. And then once I direct it, I need to also be able to dampen it so it doesn't explode our ship.
Yeah, those are both good goals. So I think you have. So in your investigations, while you learned about this fake crystals, you also have been just like, why don't we do? What have we been doing? Investigations for you when you do your research or study.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do another investigation.
Yeah.
All right. So you need divine energy, you need shadow energy. Let's start with the divine energy. Divine energy, can be probably gained from a couple sources. For instance, gods. Gods come in a couple forms too. They come in the god form. They can be spirits like Kiri, the spirit of birds, or they can be titans like Tarad, the titan of earth. You might be able to get that energy if you met one or were to go to their plane, for instance. Those seem like hard things to do. You know that Tristan was getting this energy by just sucking it out of people, because the souls that are in people are the same kind of energy. Now, you don't know all the details there, but
talk to a god and get it funneled from them directly.
If you could convince a god to give you the energy, then that would be a way to make it work.
I'd have to be strong enough.
There's lots of gods
We gotta go talk
too.
to Mirik. We gotta go talk to Mirik, because Mirik was chosen by the god, by Corliss.
That's true.
We know somebody who knows gods.
That's true. You do know somebody who knows gods.
I just need his life energy.
I
And
propose
we can do it.
I propose you could also make your own god.
I can't do that just yet.
No,
I don't know
no,
how
but
many
see,
tinkering checks is
no,
that?
no, but you can. But you can though. You can. All you have to do is feed enough shit philosopher stones to your genie until he hits that power threshold, and then make better philosopher stones.
All right, I have a genie.
You have this conversation with Locke, and you just realize this could work. You're not sure.
My God.
But
I could make more and just continue to feed him and then gain his power as he gains power.
Right.
That's just crazy.
But
enough
he
to
is
work.
technically from the plane of Earth, which means he probably has. I mean, he's also a people. But yeah, a philosopher's stone fed genie might be able to put the power you needed in another philosopher's stone. Okay, great ideas. I was going to say the other idea is sucking out of people or other living things. Then the shadow one. Help me brainstorm shadow. What can we have for... So I was thinking it's coming out of an undead energy, negative energy.
Yeah.
Shadowfell. You could go to the Shadowfell and get it.
What if you have to actually find a way to magically steal somebody's shadow?
Yeah, there you go. I like
Real
this.
shadows. Got it on there. Okay.
Charvalia is the area where the undead live, that Beldrick rules. I don't know how much of that information I just gave you your character knows, but your character definitely knows that the War of Undead started in Charvalia, spread over Tarad, and Charvalia still has lots of undead in it. So going there and getting shit from them is one way to do it. Although you don't have to go that far to find undead, probably.
Is that the place that I was in the burning halberds and we fucking lost?
That's right. Yep.
Okay. All right. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
a lot of information.
Yeah. So basically,
And now I know wherever we're at, I now have places to search for things for.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's what I
Is
wanted to
what
give you
you've
is
just
things to do.
gave me a large list of things to gather
Cool. Cool.
within this world.
Awesome. Okay. Then let's go back to Raphael and see if we can get more plot advanced.
Yeah, Raphael's going to take a full 360 and just farm wolves outside the tower for the rest of the session.
All right. Let's fight giants for XP. Oh no, a bunch of cloud giants arrive at the cliffside. Let's fight them. No. Cloud giants will probably murder us today.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So
I'm
Donatello
rolling stealth checks.
Raphael, what is your next course of action?
Okay, so I have the books I need.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to the shrine of Romulus and Remus and see if I can poke around and see if I can notice something I haven't noticed before.
Okay. So, you arrive at the shrine of Romulus and Remus, and there's a sign out front that says, "This part has not been designed yet by your DM. Please come back later." But on a meta level, I will say that there are some puzzles and stuff in the shrine of Romulus and Remus that you've known since you were a child, and they are. I will say you spend the morning there revisiting them and refreshing your memory. You go through them to try and find places where the cipher that you've learned might come in handy, like give you new clues. And I will say that probably happens at one place. I don't know because I haven't made it up yet. But what you do find is that you need other ciphers. There are other ciphers to piece the rest of it together.
So I don't have all the pieces of the puzzle yet.
Yes, not for this castle. Your princess is in a different castle. So,
but I can tell that there's some sort of collective mechanism that'll let me into something.
Exactly. That is something that you've learned. But you, after maybe your morning with a little frustration, but a little bit of joy for having figured out a bit of it, you realize that like this was your main prize, but there was a lesser prize, which is Donatello's shrine, which you remember also has a puzzle, or at least some cipher.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
And you, after your lunch, you head over to Donatello's shrine. So I'll say we advance to lunch. And you. Okay, so Donatello's shrine. Let me get to my notes. Okay, so in the garden and the graveyard, so you're out in all of this is, the garden and the graveyard are kind of interspersed with one another. Like, it's just a big long hedge garden with lots of flowers, and every once in a while there's some gravestones or a shrine or a mausoleum or something, or a guest house or something else. There's all kinds of things. So you're just wandering out in that graveyard, and you head over to the Donatello shrine, which just appears to be a small crypt from the outside. You visited a few times before, so you're pretty familiar with it. Some of the other Ivory Crowns are welcome to journey with you if they want to be part of this. The door is carved with a depiction of the Vitruvian Kenku. Above it, the only thing you've ever been able to read is a common Kenku saying that's written in common that says you can't fly without a feather. Now, you've seen this one before, so you thought it was curious and interesting, but it's pretty common saying.
I do know that I'm looking for a lost feather, though, so...
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, what you have recalled since childhood is that on this Vitruvian Kenku, written in Donatello's script and Donatello's cipher, is a coded message. and you now are able to spend about 10 minutes. You're getting better at the coded message, or at the code, to translate it, and you get this message. To my nieces and nephews seeking the truth of the DiCorbeau history, enter only with the calm and equanimity of Ern the All-Seeing. Those worthy of the truth will be able to complete this puzzle. And then it's signed in his cipher, Donatello DiCorbeau. And
Can you send that to me?
Yeah. In fact, I will send. I'll get you. Oh, here, I'll give you this one.
You can either send it to me or put it in my journal.
I'll put it in your journal. Yeah. Okay, and this is on Donatello's shrine. Okay, so you go inside the shrine, and again, a familiar place because you've been here before. But what you see inside the shrine are 6 busts depicting 5 Kenku and 1 apparently human. Beneath each bust is an inscription that has, most of them have been somewhat worn away with the centuries, but you can read it somewhat, and I'll describe that more in a second. But I want to know right away, what is your passive history? So what is your bonus to your history check?
I think it's a +7, but let me make sure.
Damn, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I think it's my highest one. Yeah, it's a +7.
Nice. Okay. So, you know just from your own family history and all that you've studied from, the past, not even before you got here. So just upon entering, you know that what 4 of the busts are. You know who they are, I should say. You know 2 of them are Romulus and Remus. Those are the, lots of DiCorbeau kids would be able to recognize Romulus and Remus.
Right.
Because you care about the history of the family and also about the DiCorbeau Codex, you know Vitruvius by sight as well. And you also know Donatello by sight.
Mm-hmm.
The human and one other Kenku in the room, you are not sure who they are. And since you already know the first 4, I'm going to describe them in a little bit more detail. The human is sort of skinny. His face is a little bit sagged. His cheeks are a little bit saggy. But this is also because he's kind of old. He's depicted as being, in his 50s or 60s is your guess. A little bit bald on the top. But he's kind of got stern eyes, or maybe cruel eyes almost. And then the others in the room, just for context, Romulus and Remus are depicted as is common, as you would like a mythical figure. Like there might be a common representation. So they're easy to recognize. Vitruvius is depicted as being in his sort of middle age, and then Donatello is depicted as being an older individual. You're guessing probably around the time of his death. But the other Kenku that you can't identify is depicted as being quite young, younger than you are now, probably about 20 years old, just fresh-faced and ready to start out on their adventures. And you now see that inscripted beneath each one of them is a word, or maybe a couple words. And I will, let's see, I'm going to make a quick little note that I can paste somewhere that doesn't have all the secret answers on it. Okay, actually, can you
I'm gonna hack your system. Just for those secrets.
Can you do a? I asked you for a passive intelligence history when you entered. That was just to know who you knew, like on first glance.
Yeah.
But you can do a history check on each of the two other ones. Yeah. So tell me who's first.
I'll look at the kid first.
Okay. So, you look at the kid and you really have no idea. Well, that's not true. You probably could guess, but there are many younger Kenku that you're guessing he's probably contemporary of Donatello, so he might be one of Donatello's nieces or nephews, but your current memory doesn't remember any of their names or what they did or what they're known for.
Okay.
When you go to the human, you realize just from some of the experiences you've had recently that have brought the Batfolk into your mind, the Pipistrellos, that you think that this is probably Piero. You're not sure. But just given some of the context clues, that's what you think is
Okay.
who it is.
God, who's the fucking kid?
Now, when you look underneath them, their names, okay. Let's see, I'm going to post this one in Discord for everybody. Just had a weird fear. I posted it in my class Discord.
They're gonna be like, "What the fuck?
Yeah, Professor, why
Are you sending us bird riddles?"
Bird riddles, yeah. Okay. So
Remus.
So for a meta purpose, you need to figure out what those words are to figure out this puzzle. But the puzzle is completed by, on the far wall, is a stone motif. This is where you know what the real puzzle is this stone motif depicting again the Vitruvian Kenku. It shows up a lot and people fascinated with the codex. This time it is surrounded by 14 elaborately carved, I'm just going to call them buttons because that's what they are. You and your tinkering knowledge has studied this wall already. You know it is a mechanical wall that has buttons in it that were probably crafted by Donatello a long time ago. I'm going to say up till this point you haven't figured out how the wall works in any way, but you can do some checks now to try and figure it out, to learn some more. But the buttons that are surrounding the Vitruvian Kenku, each one depicts a particular item or thing that is common in both your family history or in the history of Kenku. And I will just quickly list them off. I will post this in Discord as well.
I'm not allowed to guess yet, am I?
Oh, you can do whatever you like. Yeah, you can guess and
Vitruvius
you can just press buttons if you want.
Is it Aspirer?
Aspirer. Okay. So just
the
write them
only
down
one
as
that
your
works.
notes.
Okay.
So again, the
You
button.
fucking did
I'll read
this
the
on
button
purpose.
for
You
our.
did this on purpose.
I did, cause yeah,
You gave me Scrabble.
I gave it to you. I was almost gonna I was trying to make it into like a kind of like, what are they? Not word searches, but crosswords.
Okay, Donatello is like impossible with the double S though. That's fucked up. Oh no, it's not.
No, it's not. It should be easy if you know what it is.
I'm pretty sure Remus is definitely fuck.
Remus is fuck.
What other four-letter words to start with F are there, guys?
Donatello is assassin for sure. So aspirer, assassin. It's just an I in the middle of that. Well, that could be so many words. You have no idea how the statistical likelihood of guessing that.
Okay, so you have again as Andrew, you're seeing Scrabble, but as Raphael, you're seeing that you've already you know what these letters are. They're memorized in your head, probably, right? Right. So what you have now is you have also this book. You now realize that one of the books is the DiCorbeau family journal, and it has likely got entries about some of these members in it.
Right.
So if you spend some time reading entries about these members, you might be able to figure out what these words are.
Okay, cool. And what are these things? A sextant, a twig, a mirror?
So these are the buttons. Okay, you can also spend some time investigating this elaborate mechanical wall.
What the fuck?
So on a high abstract level, you're trying to figure out which button to press.
Are these names related to these symbols?
The names are the names of the busts.
Okay.
So under Vitruvius, there's this word. Under Donatello's, there's the word that you think is assassin. So aspirer, assassin, the I word we don't know, fuck for Remus, something else for Piero.
It's ravens. Ravens something for Piero.
Ravens cry, ravens fly.
Yeah, ravens die.
Ravens
oh no, it's possessive. So ravens.
Ravens cry. Ravens cry. Good song.
Ravens fish.
Ravens.
We got here. A sextant.
Ravens lie. For a movie. Ricardo. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, a sextant, a twig, a mirror, the sun, a book, a tree, a ship, a fish, a spinning wheel, a cloud, a spyglass, a feather, a pulley, a seed. Wow, that's a list of things if I ever did see one.
And that list of things are the symbols of the buttons on the wall, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just gonna try and press something and see what happens.
Okay.
Always a good idea.
I'm gonna start with a feather.
All right.
But your reaction makes me feel like I shouldn't be doing this.
You already said you did.
Are you...
Can I investigate further to know what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, you
feel
can
like I've already
investigate the wall before you
investigated
press
this
the
and just-
button.
You can
press
bring
the
us
button
in too.
Yeah, I definitely want to go. I want to call my buddies on my sending stone.
Oh yeah,
Especially Lucius.
everybody's around that wants to be around. That's what I knew. This was a puzzle
Lucius,
part.
I need
so,
you here.
yeah.
I don't know what I am looking at here, mia portos. I seem to be at a loss. Maybe we should do some further research here. And I'd like to look at Ricardo's section of my diary.
Okay. So, we'll say, roll an investigation check. See how well you're getting at decoding.
Investigation.
Nice. So yeah, you're doing pretty good. So I'm gonna say that you actually are able to uncover all of the relevant people. There's shorter passages, and I'm gonna put these in your journal. Edit. Here, I'll put it under the DiCorbeau journal, because that's what it is. Okay, and I will, did I get that right? Yes. I will read off the section that you were interested in. It says, Ricardo DiCorbeau, 620 Gurdan Empire calendar. So that's about 1100 years ago. He's only got a birth date. He doesn't have a death date. A lot of the other people have death dates listed. He says, my nephew is my protege. He is a clever boy who thinks fast and cares about those around him. When he was 12, he saved Marcellus Pipistrello after he fell into Dover's Pond. He is a true hero in my eyes. I have been teaching him my cipher, though I have not shown him my works yet. He is not quite old enough for the truth. However, I have convinced him to take a journey with me next year. His father doesn't believe him old enough yet. When we leave, we will travel south to see if we can find the descendants of Remus. My father believes know the truth. Is someone going to investigate the wall?
Sorry, I was on mute. My bad.
Oh.
I feel like Ricardo's word is hero,
Okay.
but I'm not sure yet. There's no way for me to like fill in the gaps there. That's not part of the puzzle, right?
No,
the
you're
words
just
underneath them.
You feel like those words were clues left by Donatello to what button to press,
In that order, yeah, okay.
right? You're not really sure how, but you've always wondered, and so you're trying to now fill them in, and you've got some ideas. And I will say hero is correct. Ricardo is hero.
Yeah.
Assassin is also correct.
Aspirer is wrong though, isn't it? Yeah,
It
it
is.
is. Because I lost it. I thought that was 3 question marks, not 4.
Sorry. I know that Gio's trying to work on a spell. Would we still be next to Raphael at this moment? Okay.
Everyone is strangely doing what they need to do today right next to this shrine, and they see Raphael puzzling over this wall, and they're like, hey, Raph, what's up?
All right.
Yeah.
So
I got one for Pero. I don't know if you guys guessed yet. I think that one might be Raven's Eye.
That's totally what it is, dude. Yeah.
That or it's more.
No, you got it. It's
Or
Raven's Eye.
if it's like a witch thing, then it's Coven's Eye. Oh shoot! I did not mean pie in that way. I meant like they bake the pie.
Coven's pie. Oh my god.
Yeah. Coven's pie. Like we'll just come up with the most egregious guesses. Coven's pie.
Coven's pie.
Kevin's
2, 3, 4,
lie.
5, 6,
Kevin's
7, 8.
lie.
That is correct. But I think Raven's Eye.
Kevin. Who's Kevin? Now I want to make an NPC named Kevin.
Kevin Spry.
We'll just tell Kevin.
So here's my question then. So we figured out assassin and hero, but which of the buttons actually correspond to those anyway?
It is an excellent question, Dresdis. I seem to be confused about this myself. Well, the hero could have something to do.
This is interpretation, right? So the hero could be the sun.
Or a spin
That's-
wheel. Maybe they know about Joseph Campbell's like whole hero's journey situation.
Right.
Assassin is probably what, a spyglass?
I think that's the thing that makes the most sense with the information we have right now.
Raven's Eye is a feather.
Yeah.
We don't even know what this first word is.
Assistance?
No. Donatello, that's assassins. That's
Oh,
assassins.
okay, confirm that.
I'm looking for Vitruvius right now.
I am. Oh, whoopsie! I didn't know there was one right next to on the top there.
It ends with an R-E-R. Third letter is a P.
So
Deplorer?
there's more clues I'll give you if you read more sections or if you want to investigate the wall for mechanical.
Okay, I'll investigate the wall. I feel like it's been too long since we did that. So let's just do that. Let's get that out of the way.
Who
Wait,
wants
how's
to be
my
involved in investigating the mechanism?
Ooh,
So-
me.
I need to just understand. I was doing all of that research. Am I
Yeah.
even here?
Yep, the library. You saw out the library window that everyone was gathering, and you're
That
like,
there's something happening.
Yeah.
Then I am definitely helping him.
Yeah, I needed your help for sure.
this is how D&D works.
This is your thing. Yeah, everyone's magically where they need to be. Let's move on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm there. If
Yeah.
Raphael needs me to decrypt something,
Yeah.
I'm there.
Okay,
So I'm gonna do an investigation.
and since you have helpers,
Oh.
you get advantage.
Cool.
Should I do public then?
If you'd like to know when you fail.
No, I guess it doesn't make sense to
Wow,
do
dude.
public here.
No.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
Okay, investigation.
okay. Oh, the help actually helps. So,
Boom,
my
boy. Together we can figure shit out.
the first part I already told you. The carvings are buttons, and it's part of some kind of mechanical device. You almost were going to go in and push the button, but then you realize it might be, you're not sure. And so when you do the investigation, you can determine two things, or not immediately, but after some study. You find that this device has a hidden compartment in it. That's what you expected probably since you were a child. But also there's some kind of acid trap in there. You aren't really sure how it works, but the expertise of Lucius comes in really handy. He studied traps back in university, and he knows that this trap is not actually intended to harm any individual who's trying to open it. What it is intended to do is destroy the contents of the hidden compartment if the wrong button is pressed. The correct button, when
not
pressed,
good.
will open the hidden compartment.
So it is important that we know the message before we attempt any answers, because it will destroy what it is that we have been seeking. This makes things significantly more difficult.
Yeah, it definitely does, and it's a strange puzzle to begin with. Let's see.
I think maybe we could get more information from this book. Let me read the next section.
Okay, which one do you want to read next?
I'm gonna read.
You can read them all because I put them in your journal, but
Yeah, I'm gonna read the Vitruvius DiCorbeau.
okay, I'll read that one out first. Vitruvius DiCorbeau, 532 GE to 610 GE. Vitruvius DiCorbeau was born and raised at the DiCorbeau estate outside of Pescara. After his father, Bendicio, began construction of the DiCorbeau Tower, Vitruvius oversaw its completion, including the addition of the top two floors, which aren't the top two floors anymore. Once completed and entrusted to his daughter Domitia, my dear grandmother, Vitruvius left to follow his dreams. He was a true explorer. He loved history and traveled to the four continents, learning the history of the races. It was then that he learned the truth of the DiCorbeau family and the history of Kenku. He returned to the tower in his later years, protecting his secret. On his deathbed, he spoke what he learned to my father.
Okay.
And again, if it wasn't clear, this is all written by Donatello. So he's Donatello's grandmother,
yeah.
Donatello's father, things like that.
Hmm.
Okay.
I thought I made it obvious when I read that.
After following instructions, Vitruvius. Okay. Hold on. You. What is that? What? Okay, hold on. Is it Explorer?
Bingo!
Ah, nice.
So what do we have now? Raven's Eye.
Explorer, Assassin.
Raven's Eye.
Okay, so
and
what I'm
Hero.
reading about Romulus is that Romulus was a piece of shit.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that he was vicious, and that he used lies and abuse to manipulate his family and those around him, in particular his twin brother Remus. Worse than that, Romulus was a thief who stole the future from all kinfolk.
You just got it right there. I
Is
think
it
thief would
thief?
work.
Yeah.
Or sorry, you're the one that did it. I was just stating the obvious.
Yeah, it's
you're the one that
thief.
told us.
Yeah. So it's explorer, assassin, thief. Fuck.
Fuck.
Remus was just nonstop.
Okay, Remus was a willing participant in Romulus's lies, and is equally liable in my mind. However, my father believes that Remus had a change of heart near the end of his life. My father claims that Vitruvius found descendants of Remus far from Pescara and told a different tale of the DiCorbeau past, one that I have now come to believe is the truth. What? They see that? I don't like that. So, okay, so
Flip?
Yeah,
Remus
it's
flipped.
It's flip for
It's
sure.
flipped.
Yeah. I have no idea. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Wait, no idea for what?
I'm gonna figure it out here. I'm gonna use my super brain here. Okay, hold on.
If you get it with your super brain without another hint, you get 1,000,000 XP. I think you can get it, but I do have another hint if you need one. You have all the pieces at the moment, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. How many letters is it total?
You don't know.
4 letters total?
Oh, you mean
Talking about
Remus?
Or Ricardo?
Remus.
4 letters total, based on the question mark.
It starts with an F?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's flip, flop, foes.
I'm thinking farm, fast.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of choices on. Fact.
Feel. Feta.
Font.
Feta.
We
You
already
like
said
Love
feta?
the feta cheese.
I love that one.
Listen, this is the only way I can do this. Is I gotta say all the words.
Sorry.
that come to my brain.
I'm just being,
So-
I thought. Okay, I didn't know you said. Sorry. That one.
Here's a subtle hint.
Fish.
First of all, no matter what it is, how will it help you with the other ones? It's
don't
something
know.
you might want to be thinking about.
Is it foul?
And then here's another little less subtle hint. It really doesn't matter what those 3 question marks is for you to figure out this puzzle. So it could be
What?
fowl, it could be fish, it could be feta. So at the moment, I'm leaning towards it's feta because feta is the awesomest answer.
Okay, so we've got explorer, assassin, thief, beta,
Yeah,
Raven's Eye,
yeah.
and Ricardo is I have no idea.
You already got
I
that. It was
think it's
hero.
zero.
Hero.
Oh, hero. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Oh,
never
okay.
mind. Hero. Yeah, we got it.
So I'm thinking explorer is the sextant,
That's obvious. Yeah. So do we start there?
and then
Your
Well, it should be
investigation
related
has
to an explorer.
uncovered that you only have one button to press.
yeah. So let's go ahead and go back to the save point. We can come back and.
Yeah, there's no saves coming.
Dresdes quick saves.
Yeah, that was your old character. The time
It
was.
really was, yeah.
She probably could have had a quick save.
Yeah, that's a
spell.
good point. Yeah, Xena definitely could have quick saved.
Oh no, you're right.
So, okay, if I only have one button to push, then I have absolutely no idea how to decode this puzzle because, like, it seems to me that each one of these numbers, I thought that each one of these labels would correspond to a button and we push them in that order, right? Is that what everybody else was thinking?
Wait.
Yeah.
There might be another thing to it. If the buttons correlate with the list of nouns and stuff, like the sextant and the twig, if we count, it's a possibility that this is how the puzzle works. We could count how many total words there are, and maybe it's something like the first letter of each of those words creates a different word, and that's the word we're looking for. So, for example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 total words. So they might spell together a 6-letter word in the list, maybe. I'm just throwing it out there. So you have
Explorer doesn't become any of those, I don't think.
R-E.
I don't
So-
think it's that complicated.
Okay.
Nah, I'm thinking it's
I have to say
Sextant.
that Jeremy is like he's really close.
Okay, never mind. It is that complicated. Keep going, Jeremy.
Validated.
All right. So,
Um,
okay, so we count it up then. All right. So what do we count up?
there's 6. Well, there's 7 words if you count the 2 words in Raven's Eye, and I think. But which letter of each word you take, I'm not sure. So I'd have to write it down.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think there's 14 total button options. Is that correct, Chris?
Yeah, there are 14 buttons.
Okay, so we're dealing with 14 button options. We're dealing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hints.
Hero. So if you take E, A, T, F, R, E, H.
How practical would it be to wheel a cannon down here?
Oh, I got it. I figured it out.
You did?
So if you do that, yeah. If you, I think it's feather.
Wait, walk me through it though, Gio. Come on.
Okay, so you take the first letter of each word, and you'll
Yeah.
have an E, an A, a T, an F, an R, an E, and an H. And if you
Which
combine
is
all
a
those,
mix
you
up
create
for feather.
Which
Yep.
is I forgot. This is how they do, and that is the puzzle they use in Countdown, the game. Towards the end, they'll have a
It
jumble
is,
of letters,
yeah, it
and
totally
you mix
is.
them, you
You're
find the
totally
right word.
There's a word
And
for that.
if we did, yeah,
There's a
we
word
did
for
that. Be
that.
feather, and
Control
also
process.
feather would match the theme of Ravens. So
All right.
I'm so happy and proud of you guys. Wow.
Yay!
Yeah, dude.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
you're a fucking genius.
Fuck yeah.
Well, I gotta give some credit to Andrew for getting explorer and like some of the other words. But
Yeah, that part I could
it's
do.
super fun to decode.
The other part was a little too abstract for me. It was not just simple decoding of words.
Together
That is
we
so
will
cool.
true teamwork.
All right, so
I was
Raphael
ready to be like,
presses the feather.
yeah, okay, yeah. So, and also you guessed the right one right off the bat. I knew it was too easy to guess just out of the blue, but I wanted to make it like dangerous to like just
Yeah.
Just consequence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the
Like
consequence.
we go in there like, hey, feather seem the most have to do with ravens, and just hit the button.
Dude,
without
I
trying to
almost
decode
did it.
He
I
almost did it.
pressed the
He almost
button.
just
It was-
walked
I
in
was
and was
close-
like,
fucking inches away.
Yeah.
and I was like,
I
what
was
do I
like-
do? Do I change the puzzle?
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
was like, whatever. If you do
Andrew's
it,
about to self-sabotage his entire
Yeah.
character arc.
Yeah. And
But
then
no,
I thought it'd be funny
worked
too.
out
Chris was
so
like,
good.
"That's what I wanted you to think," and then you hit feather, and like the spikes start slowly crawling
yeah,
down.
exactly. I'm like, I have to change it at the last minute and quickly rearrange all these words. It's like, no.
Or I get it wrong, and Chris is just
Yeah.
like, okay, so anyway, we're gonna go over to Dresdes real quick and see what he's doing because now
well,
that story
your
is done.
family plot is destroyed. No, actually, in true fail-forward ways, I write in my notes. This is what it says: if you press the wrong button, the first time you press the wrong button, the acid mechanism fails, and you get one freebie just in case you
Oh,
walk.
that's cool. Okay.
That was just in case like Dresdes is like, I pushed the whatever.
I thought about it.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
Yeah. So
I gotta ask though, are we? What was?
Except that I would have pressed the feather, so.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I made it. I wanted it to be on theme and stuff, so it would have been something you could guess. But it was. I think that worked well for a puzzle. That was fun.
Oh, for sure, that was good.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
That was
Yeah.
That was a very well-paced puzzle too. We did not
Yeah.
have to wonder on that for very long, but it was
Yeah,
still
and it had
challenging.
lots of pieces. It was cool. It was fun.
Yeah, that was the most successful D&D riddle I've ever been a part of.
Mine
by
too.
far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way better than the other one where you just scream Scrabble words for an hour and a half. And then...
Well, I was almost there.
That was great,
I
though.
started getting into feta, man. We were almost in that territory.
Yeah.
Kevin's pie. It's Kevin's pie.
And now, in canon, that is feta because Remus loves feta, and whenever
Oh my gosh.
wherever we encounter Remus or whatever in the
Piscarin
future,
feta is super popular.
There's gonna
It's
be
famous.
lots of
Everybody
feta.
knows it.
I was curious.
Well, I
to
mean,
know what
Gio
it
knows all
originally
about
was,
that,
but
being a
the
sheep
feta-
farmer, right? You're probably producing the feta.
Today I learned. I'm not sure how. I thought feta.
That is a sheep cheese, yeah. It's
Oh,
sheep
for
cheese.
real?
Yeah.
huh.
This whole time feta. Well, I guess in character, I guess I wouldn't know what that is then.
Jeremy,
Oh,
what did you
yeah.
do?
They're doing what with the milk?
Birds
Oh
from the
my God.
way.
Gio, are you telling me you're a sheep farmer in Pescara and you do not know what feta is?
I don't have vets or
Oh.
bats or however it is. I
Well,
just,
very well.
That's just mold.
Maybe we should, once we mourn your family, maybe we should diversify your holdings a little bit.
well, they mostly died. I'd have to
Yes.
get new ones.
That's. I remember.
yeah.
I was there, Gio. I do remember that.
He's like, I've already mourned that family. I'd have to have a new family
Jesus.
and mourn the new one. It's only been 2 days. How long do you want me to mourn for?
All right, what's my prize? I opened
Yeah,
the cereal
okay.
box.
Everyone
What's
wants
the
to
prize?
know after we press the feather. Okay, you press the feather and, it spits out something. What does it spit out? As near as I can tell,
A gotcha punk thing.
it's
It's like a little.
it's just a scroll, I guess.
Okay.
And it's called Donatello's Secret Message. This was like the last thing I wrote last night before bed. So, okay.
We can say it's a complicated cipher, and it takes me a long time to read it.
Yeah, it takes you some while, but I've got it here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Okay. So it's written in Donatello's cipher, and it says, "My trusted descendant, congratulations on deciphering my coded message and solving my puzzle. I hope it was not too difficult, but this secret must be kept from public knowledge at all costs. Nonetheless, I could not let it die with me. I have passed this story on to my nephew, Ricardo, but should we perish on our journey to Lake Chimalco, I have recorded it here as well. Before you read any further, I ask that you commit to keeping the secret for the honor of the DiCorbeau name and to protect the gifts that the Kenku enjoy. I cannot imagine the harm it would do if it became common knowledge among the Kenku and the Bat folk. If you are not committed to protecting our family, then I ask that you honorably read no further. Do you read further?
I continue to read.
Okay. I love these kind of things. Like, fuck your request, ancient Donatello.
Nope.
You're
Nope.
dead.
I'm going to focus on the feta production at Geo's farm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just like
Fold it
Mr.
up. I'm a
Warren.
farmer. Okay. So
And
now,
order him a new wife.
Oh, I was just gonna say that might mean if is Remus still around?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I mean,
what do you
maybe.
know? Maybe he is.
I was gonna say that it means it's a if
One
you-
of my fucking family members is a vampire for sure. Is all I'm saying.
Probably.
It's at some point one of those fuckers is gonna be a vampire.
They
100%.
probably started the rumor about the vampires.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
Let's start.
compose yourself. The tale you have been told of Romulus and Remus, the clever ravens, is a lie. Sure, you must have thought it a myth or a legend at best, but it is pure fabrication, at least according to Vitruvius DiCorbeau, mia bisnono. That means great grandfather. I love it. Mi bisnono.
That's awesome.
On his deathbed. The tale I was told goes like this. Romulus and Remus were indeed clever ravens, but they did not win the feather from Kiri's head in a contest of skill. They stole it from her in a ruse. Remus cried out in distress to invoke the compassion of Kiri. While her guard was down, Romulus swooped in and plucked the feather from her head. What happened next is not very clear. Mia Padre did not recall this part of the story. But Romulus and Remus managed to get the feather back to their flock. They convinced the flock that the magic of the feather would make them as clever as an elf. However, Kiri, ever more clever, had cursed the feather. While the feather transformed the ravens into clever Kenku, it left us without the power of flight. The flock, now blessed with the cleverness of an elf, recognized who was responsible for removing their power of flight. Many in the flock responded in different ways, but most of the adults were outraged, being unable to return to their chicks in their nests. Some supported Romulus and Remus, but the outraged majority demanded justice for Romulus's lies. Things would have ended there, but Romulus and Remus had recruited some support for this eventuality. While they hatched their plans on the banks of Lake Chimalco, Romulus and Remus befriended a local tribe of night-dwelling bats. With the power of the feather, they were transformed into bat folk. Under the cover of night, the dissenting Kenku were all killed in their beds. That night, the Raven's Eye was born, their only mission to protect Romulus and Remus's secret. Romulus and Remus and the Raven's Eye fled to Pescara to build their new home. Here they were safe from the rumors that still persisted among the Kenku, and soon those rumors became myths or lost completely. The descendants were taught the lie to protect the DiCorbeau name, but Remus's guilt got the better of him. After many years doing Romulus's bidding, Remus left the DiCorbeau estate and returned to the banks of Lake Chimalco with his descendants and a number of other loyal Kenku. It was there that he built a home among an obscure batfolk tribe known as the Polhuato. Vitruvius found these descendants and they told him of the lies. They told him the truth. They also held onto a final belief, the belief that the curse of the feather might be broken if it was returned to Kiri. I cannot know if it is true, But if it was, I would like to see the curse broken. I have recruited Ricardo to journey with me to find the descendants of Remus among the Polhuatl. I hope they can tell me where the feather was hidden. If I find it, I know not what I would do with it, but I hope I would do the right thing. And that's the end of the scroll.
So at the end of our journey, we return the feather and Raph just becomes a normal raven.
Yeah, that's the main takeaway.
Yeah. Oh god.
Well,
Wow. Okay, so Raphael, I'm gonna think about this for a second.
yeah.
He definitely throws that shit on the ground.
Okay, nice.
And it's just like, I cannot believe this. My ancestors, this is such a shame. I cannot believe this to be true. They worked with the Sangua Pesta. This is unimaginable. I must find these relatives of mine. And I must make sure that they do not survive to disparage these lies. So basically, I'm rejecting this truth.
Nice. Dude, this is so awesome.
So basically, Raphael, this is going against everything Raphael has been born and raised to believe.
Nice. Okay. I love
and so
it.
he's saying fuck you to this, but he's saying it's true. Obviously, it's true, but instead of it being informative to him, it's just giving him a task of murdering all of the like vampire, bat, fucking Kenku hybrids.
Okay. I love this. So I read this D&D post on our D&D a long time ago about character arcs, and it's from writing, so you might know more about this, Andrew. But about how character arcs are defined by knowledge that, like, a mistaken belief.
Yeah.
So you have a mistaken belief, and then you learn the truth, and then how you react to that truth defines what kind of arc you're on, like a positive or negative arc. And you chose the negative arc, so I'm so excited because you're like, fuck this shit. This ain't real. I reject this truth.
Literally born and raised to hate
Yeah.
vampire bat people. So like,
awesome.
Because
fact
the
that
other
they've, side
created with my ancestors is an unacceptable thing for me.
Yeah, the other side might mean rejecting your family, right? So this is cool. I like this. Okay.
Raphael DiCorbeau, Vampire Hunter.
Okay. So you all watch as Raphael reads this scroll, and you know, he doesn't really hold his emotions very well because you can see the disgust on his face. And when he finishes, he tosses it on the floor, and he you know, is kind of emotionally distraught for a second. What do the rest of y'all do?
I go pick up the letter, start reading it. I'm like, oh, we're definitely going vampire hunting.
I'll just stand there solemnly since we're in the room.
There is no way that my ancestor is mistaken, and because of this horrible truth, I must take it upon myself to cleanse my bloodline and to keep us safe from this menace. There has been a horrible, horrible misjudgment here, and I must do what I can to bring it together. For only when the purity of the Kenku has been seen can the Avia Machina become ours, and can the gift of flight be given back to us. It is only certain that Kiri has damned us for our procreation with the Sangua Pesta. I must do whatever I can to right this wrong.
Okay, so what is your next course of action? Like, you're kind of in a rage right now. Do you do something rash?
I'm going to check it out. I'm gonna go to the Quatl Empire and like see what I can see.
Okay.
I'm gonna go track down my relatives.
Okay. So, what about the Pipistrello Tower?
Yeah, we'll start there.
Okay.
We'll start there because
so
that's
then the
obviously
question
where there's
is,
going to be more information.
do you storm over there in a rage, or do you gather more information first?
No, we're going to do a little clandestine situation. I think we're going to gather more information. I'm not going over there in a rage.
Okay, it is. At this point, it is late afternoon. The sun is about to set. It's still low in the sky. Do you head over there right away then?
I don't really know what the plan is to go over there yet, so probably not right away.
Okay. So do you confer with your the rest of the Ivory Crowns on how to approach the tower?
Yeah.
And I'll just remind everyone that this is also where you're supposed to go to get some information about Geo's arc.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is a time for us to go and see what we can learn from this Pipistrello Tower. I think it would be beneficial to us if we went and hid our motivations to a certain extent. I think that we go under the guise of looking for Geo's information, and we do what we can to figure out what it is that's going on here and get some confirmation on these facts that we have learned.
Sounds good.
Right.
I agree.
All right.
And on top of that, there's about quarter-size hail happening outside of my house right now, and it might
Burst my shit. We're getting a severe storm warning right now.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Shit.
gosh.
Yeah. It's gonna damage cars.
Whoa.
That's exciting.
I know we have like this.
Do you need to take care of it, or
No, I'm good for now.
Okay.
I'll play it out.
you'll play it out? Okay. Because this is an okay place to cut, but I do want to go to the Pipistrello Tower if we can.
No, man,
Yeah.
I'm committed. Let's
Yeah.
play it out.
Okay, rain or shine, including hail. Here we go. Okay, so we head over to the Pipistrello Tower. It doesn't take long. It's about a 20-minute walk. You walk out of the gardens and the Pescara garden, or the DiCorbeau gardens, which are sort of nice and groomed. And when you get over to the estate for the Pipistrello estate, it's kind of like the opposite. It still has a wall and so on, but it's not like got nice, well-groomed ivy. It's got like dead ivy in parts. It's just like kind of old and overgrown. And as you approach, the grounds are also kind of dirty and overgrown. You can see that there are a few people out and about. They don't look like they're gardeners and such. They look like they're guards maybe, but they don't wear standard guard outfit like chainmail and stuff. They look like rogues. But when you approach the gate to the Pipistrello Tower, same kind of motif. It looked kind of gothic, the entrance, the Iron Rock Gate. It's got a bat on it instead of a raven like you saw at the other one. And you've got, it says Pipistrello on it. And there is someone out there waiting to kind of greet you, not really waiting to greet you, but there as you approach, it is the Drow Elf assassin that you met last time, saved and healed and tortured, and then ran away. And he's standing there. He seems to be not really concerned. He's eating an apple with a knife at the moment. He's just sort of carving pieces off of it, putting it in his mouth.
Classic villain. That's classic villain shit right there.
Exactly.
Eating an apple with a knife. That's such hardcore villain shit.
Yeah. He's leaning up with one leg up against the wall.
You turn to your left and Locke's eating an apple with a knife.
Yeah.
What?
What? Yeah, I love it. Then he pulls out a match and lights it with his thumb and starts smoking a cigarette. Yeah. So, classic villain stance. But as you guys walk up, he doesn't stop eating his apple. He doesn't even look concerned, even though you guys were talking about killing him last time. And he just sort of looks...
talking about it. We were just talking about it.
Yeah. He just sort of looks you up and down. And actually, he doesn't even say anything to you unless you say something to him.
Avianti mio porto.
I told you I'm not your Porto. But y'all did save my life, so for the moment, you're not the worst people.
I think it is important for you to recognize what sparing a life and saving a life and how that is different. I don't think we would save you from anything.
Yeah, well, if you're heading on in there, you might learn a little something about sparing a life or losing a life. Be careful. This is a dangerous place.
And what business do you have here in such a dangerous place?
I'm a dangerous person. But I told you that this is a hideout for assassins. You know, not really the Black Lily, but the Raven's Eye, and it's my best place to get shelter before I hop on a boat and hopefully make my way back to the Empire.
And would you allow us to go inside?
I ain't gonna stop you.
Can I do like an insight check here? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
sure.
can't get a read on this guy.
Yeah.
It's making me uncomfortable. Oh, I'm terrible at insight.
You sure are. You are getting really bad vibes about this, and combined with your family history about the Pipistrello Tower and you know, the dangerous vampires that live in there and such, you're starting to get a little bit wigged out. I don't think it's testing your resolve, but he definitely was giving you bad vibes. And the one thing though that you do pick up on is that he doesn't seem to care that whether you go in or not or what the fuck you do. He seems to be honest about that part of he seems to just be eating an apple.
Okay. Alright. I don't know, Porthos. Would you like to go to the door?
I mean, we might as well. Fuck this guy.
Then I shall knock. I approach the door and...
Okay, so you guys go through the main gate. So I didn't fully describe, but it's like a main gate. There's still a little bit of a state that you need to walk up to the tower itself.
Is there any part like in the building that could be flown to?
Of the Pipistrello Tower?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, definitely. There's some upper windows that the higher the windows are, the less they look like they are guarded. But the lower down windows, some of them are actually boarded up, but the lower down ones also, you notice, look like there might be someone watching the window, looking out the window. One thing you notice of the Pipistrello Tower, again, contrasting looks. This looks like an assassin's hideout or a rogue's den or something like that. There are like little watchtowers and things that are scattered around the estate instead of like crypts and mausoleums that you saw on the other estate. They're kind of small, one story, but they probably have a rogue on them with a short bow in hand or a crossbow, lots of crossbows. You notice that the people that you see around the grounds, there's only about half dozen that you can spot. 3 are humans or batfolk, hard to tell. 1 is a dwarf. 1 is a Kenku. Actually, 2 are Kenku. Raphael, you can't really get a good look on them, so you can't really identify them at this point from this vantage point. But if you open up the gate and you walk in, no one seems to like stop you or rush to try and intercept you in any way. So you at least seem at this moment free to walk up to the main tower and knock on the door if that's what you want to do.
But there is another way in, right?
If you can fly, you could fly up to those windows. There might be a basement too.
Well, then why don't we split the party?
Always a good thing to
Always
do.
the best idea. Yeah.
Usually we can get the most effect from. No. Okay. Well then.
False fly on me and Dresdis.
I like this plan already.
Fucked up that you know the spell fly and I don't is somehow racist.
I didn't even think about that. That's amazing.
I can fly it. I took it as one of my spells.
Oh, by the way, before we enter in here, we have spent a couple evenings, which means a short rest has occurred. So anyone who wants to spend healing dice or hit dice or whatever they're called could do that.
I think I'm at full.
I'm a fool.
I'm not. I'm not at full. How many short rest days can I spend?
Up
Ian,
to
do we
your
just-
level.
Oh, you can.
We don't like these people, right?
I mean,
We're here with
I don't like
impunitive
them.
distrust at the moment.
We are, yeah, but I mean, I need more information about this. We need
So
to
will
figure
you
out
knock
what's
on their
going
door?
here.
Are they okay people at the moment? Are they able to be spoken to? Or will they attack us on sight?
There's many reasons to mistrust them, but
They're still a valid piece of land with valid laws, right? They're accepted
Yeah,
within
like-
the local areas.
yeah, they're not. There's not like a goblin's hideout. It's like a rogue's den. Like think about
Yeah.
walking into a real sketchy bar. You know, somewhere where a gang hangs out. Like
Yeah.
it could be pretty dangerous, but it's also like they're not. You know, murdering you. They are assassins. So what can I
Maybe.
say? They are assassins. They murder.
They might. Okay.
Like 60-40 on the murder thing.
Yeah.
And how many people in the we can assume they're posted up in the towers and the different areas around as well as in the outside?
Why don't we do a perception?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, those are gonna go with.
Everyone or
Yeah, our party strong point.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
I love those red ones that drop down. They're so awesome.
Wow, I'm so inspired to look around.
Lucius,
I
you're
just all of a
inspired.
sudden.
And you obviously are the most concerned right now because you're the one
Very
voicing your concern. And you count 5 people on the grounds, not counting Korea, the drow elf that you just walked past.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem like he would care. But some of the other people on the grounds, there are 4 in the towers. And the other one person you see is like wandering around the grounds. You can't really see them very well. But they also look like they all wear these like long cloaks and robes sort of covering over what they've got. But when you see them, they got underneath them leathers and usually some kind of blade and some kind of bow.
Can I ask the drow who's in charge here?
He says, it's
Who's in charge here?
in charge of this tower. Well, the person that I spoke to, his name is Antoine. Antoine Pipistrello.
Antoine Pipistrello.
Yeah.
Why do you not like what you had to say or something?
Man, he likes the Black Lily and he likes our coin, and that's good enough to give me a place to stay for a while until I can find a ship out of here.
You think he's open to new people rolling into his tower to ask questions?
Depends on the questions, I imagine. Depends on the people. I hear it's pretty risky for DiCorbeaus. You wouldn't happen to be a DiCorbeau? He looks at you, Raphael.
I think you know that I am.
Yeah, I do. Just be careful.
It is you, from my experience, who should be more careful, mi porto.
You misunderstand. I ain't threatening you. I have no business with you.
I need to speak to whoever is in charge here. I say we leave this
ne'er do well behind and go to the door.
Alright, whatever you want. It's your bird and barnacle show.
He's not gonna like what he sees if you're the one going in first.
Well, then perhaps I should go in first.
I agree. Let's send the big one in first.
I will hold back then till I get the all clear.
And are we able to change the appearance of you at any point in time?
Yes, I have certain abilities to change my appearance, but this rapscallion here has already seen me in all of my feather glory.
Right, I understand that, but imagine if we got in there and got information, and just like Locke poisoned that pirate, we could take care of this problem just so much easier if we didn't go in there and start shooting at people.
Well, I have no intent to start shooting.
I have to say that I have an objection to that, as we've been on his grounds now with Raph as his feathery form. I'm sure that if we disguise him and then go talk to the headman, that one of his underlings is going to tell him later that there was a birdman on the grounds with us. And he's going to wonder, and he's not going to be very happy that we deceived him. If
I
we
do
were gonna
agree
put
with
Raph
Locke.
Yeah, if we were going to put Raph in a disguise, we should have done it before we left.
Yes, that was what I was going to say. It feels a little late for the disguise tactic.
Well, I guess we just go
I
knock
could
on
put
the
up
door.
my hood if it makes you feel more comfortable. I could put up my hood.
Well, I just don't feel comfortable with you going in there guns a-blazing, that's all.
My gun is strapped to my back, mia porto. I promise you I will not ablaze anything.
Hmm?
Except for maybe some of that Bhaskaran herb, if you know what I mean.
Oh, nice.
Or children.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Or
Sorry.
children.
That's really funny to me.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's good. It's good
Younglings.
shit.
Every time you talk about that kid, Raphael gets like a very distant look in his eye.
Mm.
It's
Oh,
really...
I forgot. I forgot what it's.
Raphael's not quite used to it yet.
So
So,
straight on up to the door then?
There we go. I mean, what else do we have here?
We got.
All right, you guys discuss your disguise plan for a moment, realize it might be too late for that, and decide let's just walk on in.
I'm gonna put on my magic detection lenses on my goggles just so I have that ready to go, so I
Sure.
can scan.
Sounds
see
good.
if there's any magic on.
Okay, so it's not super far, like 30 feet, so you can't like scan the guys in the towers necessarily. But as you walk up, you're not seeing anything magical other than what's on your group. You guys are pretty magical. You see that big aura coming from wherever the ivory crown is. There's a similar one coming from Lucius's pocket where the Philosopher's Stone is. But you walk up to the gates, and Dresdis, you do the knock.
I do.
Okay, nice powerful knock. A couple seconds later, you hear a few latches unlatch, and then the door opens up, and you see a sort of grayish skinned human. Kind of looks like, if you had to guess, you would say looks like a shifter of some kind, probably the bat folk that you've been hearing about.
Yeah.
It's a male, about middle-aged, and looking beyond, you can see that there are a couple other Batfolk-looking people and one Kenku in the room that look like they're ready to, take to arms if they need to, but no one's drawn any weapons yet. They're all just eyeballing you all pretty well. And the one who opens the door says, "What the hell you want?"
We'd like to speak to the boss here. We have a few questions.
Questions about what?
That is... Huh? Go ahead.
No, you're good. Go.
No, you go ahead.
Questions that we should be discussing with him.
Yeah, that's not how this works. You don't tell us where your
Well.
business is, you can get the fuck off our property. If you want my boys to start lighting you up with some crossbow bolts, just let me know.
It's crossbow bolts, huh? I didn't think that we needed to get too rough here just to have a conversation.
Do you know where you are?
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should try it this way. I'm going to activate my Conqueror's Presence. I'm assuming we're in a room where I could probably hit them all, right?
What is Conqueror's Presence again? The
Attempt
intimidation thing?
It's intimidate on all of them, essentially.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what's the range on it? 30 feet?
30 feet, yeah.
Yeah, you can get them all.
I'm looking for it right now. Conqueror's Presence, here it is. I did it blind, damn it. But you can see it.
Yep. So they all make wisdom saving throws. On a failed save, becomes frightened. Yep.
And I say,
Yeah.
I get this like weird look in my eyes, like I'm getting a little crazy, and I say, I don't think you know who you're fucking with.
Okay. Let me pull out my were baddies. What is it again? It's let's see if this works. Nope. What if I pull one onto the map? Werebat. Yes. So now if I go werebat, I go boop, boop. What? Okay. So,
I think 3 of them failed,
yeah, and 2
but
succeeded.
I don't remember what my thing is, and I posted it blind because I'm dumb.
It's 14. It's 14.
Thank
It
you.
says right there. So we'll say the guy who's at the door and 2 of the other people in the room are triggered by your Conqueror's Presence, and the guy at the door just abandons the door altogether and runs back into the room and flees through another door. One of the other ones cowers in the corner. Another one follows him out the door. 2 of the other guys in the room that aren't the ones that succeeded, they stand up and draw their weapons, and one of them does stand to sort of block the doorway to say, "What the hell? You trying to fight your way in here?"
Actually, my good friend, it's the opposite. I'm trying to not have to kill you.
All right. The 3 that ran away are replaced by 3 more that come running in. And at this moment, you hear a small alarm go up in the tower. And a few other people come into the room, their weapons drawn, but no one comes to attack you or anything. You all can draw weapons and prepare if you wanted to, but you don't have to. You don't feel a lot of threat right now, but they are definitely on alarm. But after a couple minutes, someone who has a little bit more authority comes out. It's a female, also looks like she's a bat folk, and she says, "What is this all about?" She comes down to the front there, and she approaches the 5 of you, and she's sort of standing in the doorway behind a couple of her guards just to make sure that she's safe. But yeah, she looks up to Justice and says, "What is this all about? Why are you causing this ruckus?"
Me and my friends here are trying to get information.
What
You're
information?
What actually are we listening? I forgot.
Your people. They are responsible for the death of my friend's family here, and I believe we are owed an explanation.
You come up to an Assassin's Guild and you demand an explanation of the Assassins? What do you think you will get here other than death? Wait, she looks at you. You're a DiCorbeau, aren't you?
And you are Pipistrello.
Ah, I am.
I could
And,
smell you from the door.
Huh. Those are bold words. Um, did your family send you here?
I have come for what I have told you I have come for. Justice for mia porto here.
Ah, very well. Then you all may come in. The
Okay.
guards, when she waves that, the guards get out of the way and clear out this room. They're still in the room, lining the walls, but there's enough space for you now to enter into the entranceway of the tower. She steps back and has sort of a welcoming gesture to welcome you into the room.
Oh, I don't like this at all. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna walk into the room though.
Okay, as you walk in, she says, I imagine you'll want to speak to Antoine Pipistrello, my father. I will send word to him, and he will meet you in the official chambers of the Raven's Eye.
I would be pleased to meet him there.
Would you like me to escort you down?
I am sure we can find our own way.
Very well. I will show you to the door. And she leads you to a door. When she opens up the door, you see a stairwell. It's kind of a dark stairwell with there's two torches on a landing about 1 story down, and then it goes another story down, and you can see just vaguely there's like a red carpet leading out into a larger room, and there is just a very faint dim light kind of shining in the room down there. Says, my father will meet you there. It will be a few moments.
I don't know if I want to go down this creepy stairs, gentlemen.
Hey, it's we're following you, man.
Yeah.
Our other option
This
could be
feels
to-
very much like a trap.
I mean,
What's my magical goggles telling me?
Magical goggles. She has some magical things on her.
Okay, anything down the stairs?
No, like no spell auras or anything like that. Not that you can see here. But your vision only leads to like the end of the stairs at the moment. Probably.
Right.
I think I'm going to like lean close to Raph, and I'll say, just say the word.
Not now, Justice. It is not time. I say we meet this man down these stairs.
All right.
Since I don't see anyone down the stairs, right? I think I'm going to beckon all of them to go first and have the enemies I can see at my back.
Okay. Sounds good. So, oops. Did that work?
Shit. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. Oh, what? Fuck! Holy shit! Here we are.
Good enough.
Oh shit!
Oh, and let me just move y'all a little bit so you can see the cool raven thing on the floor.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, so you guys walk in, and you definitely are getting these like eerie kind of feelings. And as you come down, as you get to the sort of next landing, you hear the door close behind you and latch, which makes you think,
Yeah.
oh, fuck.
Figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you walk out, you see that this is a sort of stylized, kind of like ritual room. I want it to have kind of like a eyes wide shutty kind of feel, right?
For sure.
Okay.
And as you walk into it, you notice that there are 3 raised platforms. So on the right, left, and ahead of you are sort of these raised platforms that are about 10 feet high. Well, they're actually about 8 or 9 feet high. But then there's a 3 or 4 foot wall above them. So standing behind these walls, you see 2 bat folk, 2 kenku, and the other the Antoine's not there yet, but you see them as you walk in. They're kind of wearing, looks like assassin gear, but also eyes wide shutty kind of gear, like black robes over their heads. They're, they got maybe masks on that probably don't cover their full face. And they look like they're armed, but mostly the robe covers their whole body, so it's hard to see. The light in the room is kind of dim. I think you probably might, yeah. So you guys have some light on you, which is convenient, because otherwise it's actually quite dim in there. However, so as you walk in, it's kind of quiet. It's sort of ominous. The braziers are lit in front of you, and you all can sort of walk onto the main carpet where it seems like you're meant to be, although you can hover back if you'd like. No one takes any threatening motions towards you. But after just a couple minutes, you hear a door open. You can't really see it, but then walking down the stairs, you see another bat folk who's older, probably, early 50s, and he walks out into the room, and you presume that's Antoine Pipistrello because his token has a name underneath it. Yes, and so you all walk in, and he comes behind his desk, and I should mention that on his desk there is, so Raphael, where all are you standing?
I'm gonna stand back.
Okay. Oops. Okay. So
Where's
you got,
Dresden? Oh, there he is. Okay.
yeah. Okay. So you guys, as long as you don't take threatening moves, they're not going to worry about you positioning yourself. But if you start taking threatening moves, then we might have to roll initiative. Okay. So Antoine comes down and he says, another DiCorbeau in my presence. Why don't you step forward so I can see you better in the light?
Andrew?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. What did he say again?
He asks you to step forward so he can see you in the light.
I know for a fact that your eyes are stunted, Batman. But I will stand where I stand.
Very well. Such aggression and animosity. I love that in a DiCorbeau. Now, since you are hostile, perhaps we shall begin with what happens in this chamber. There's only two ways that a DiCorbeau can leave this chamber. One is as a member of the Raven's Eye, sworn to protect the secrets of the DiCorbeau family. The other is dead. We will offer you the choice of many in your family have made before. You now look up and you notice that these two Kenku, you recognize them. They are two of your cousins who live in Pescara. They are DiCorbeaus, and they are here in the Raven's Eye chamber as well. And he says, if you are willing to protect the secret of the DiCorbeau line, then we will swear you in to the Raven's Eye tonight. If not, then you will die here on this floor.
What you call a secret, I call our family's greatest shame. I will not work for you. I refuse your offer.
Then we must kill you and your fellows, for any who know the secret might spread it, and that is a risk to our livelihood. So
sorry.
You can go ahead and interrupt.
You are welcome to try, but you have not known us for long,
and you do not know what the ivory crowns are capable of.
Ha! Then we shall see. Da, da, da. I don't know. Let's throw down the glove. Okay, so this. Okay, the question is: should we do the battle now, or should we wait till next time?
We can start it. We got the
Yeah,
half
we can
hour.
start it if you want.
Start it. I heard a bunch of votes for start it, so that sounds like start it.
I'm down to start.
Starting sounds good.
Okay, so here's what's gonna first happen is as the battle begins, you notice that some kind of magical spell is initiated by Antoine as he grabs on there's a bat statue and a raven statue on his desk, and he sort of fingers them both in the magical way, and something magical happens. And what happens is, first of all, let me position these people. I just put them around. And then we'll do. And I need to do one more thing because I guess I didn't fully finish it. Please ignore these Kenku. Actually, you don't need to ignore them because they're all going to appear. Oh no, Geo, he can't appear in your square, but he'll have to appear next to you. Okay, and I will describe what's happening in a second as I do. Boom. Bing. Okay. Okay, so what happens is when he activates the magic, you see basically mirror images of the Kenku and the bat folk around you appear around you. So they're mirror images in the sense that they appear to be identical clones of the other individuals, but it's not clear to you if that means they're completely fabricated illusions or they are actual material illusions. That's not super clear to you, but you can tell that they're magically created in some way. You also notice that these swarms of bats appear. They're actually swarms of bats and ravens, and they start flying around you, and they also seem to have a magical kind of origin. So you're not, again, same thing. Maybe they're illusions, but maybe not. It's undetermined at this point. Oops. Then, did that work? Ooh, yes. 2 arrow slits open. Do you see those 2 arrow slits?
Oh, Jesus.
And you see
fuck, guys.
Muskets appear coming out.
It's the branding.
The Kenku up here, your cousins, also pull out their muskets. And these 2 werebats pull out crossbows.
They're fucking Krauslet muskets, aren't they?
No, they're DiCorbeau rifles. These are DiCorbeaus.
Sons of bitches.
And Antoine, after activating it, gets up and walks up the stairs. Now the question is, do you want to start the battle or do you want?
Fuck, man. You got 20 minutes to kill people?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's
so
do it.
let me
just a couple turns.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of places to run here, y'all.
Nah, man. Hold forward.
Just gonna have to fire our way out.
This could kill one of us, is all I'm saying.
This could kill all of you. Party wipe. Yeah, I think you're all in there now, so you can roll.
Initiative. Hey, I'm not at the top. Oh, there's a lot going down. Oh my goodness.
There is a lot
Did
going
you just
down.
did you just refresh the page or something?
I look over.
You're like,
and I'm
hold
okay,
on,
there's
wait a
some
minute.
Kenku here, and then I look over again, and it's like bats, mice, ratmen.
Okay.
I cast purify food and drink.
So, to start out, this is going to be rough. This first Kenku from the arrow slit, who is ready for the word, he opens the arrow slit and he sees Geo right in front of him and he's like, musket to the face, bitch. Does an 18 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
Then you take 7
We
points of
are
damage.
Fucked, my guys.
Now, what's
Maybe
this?
they're really low HP.
Maybe they just got back from something tiring.
Okay. Another Kenku up on there does the same thing. Points at you and shoots at you. Geo. Does a critical miss hit? No.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say that clogs his. So let's sign a status of I'm nuclear affected. That means his weapon won't work. Now we get Raphael DiCorbeau.
Okay. This is gonna be fine. It's all gonna be fine. It's definitely all gonna be fine. Okay. Let me just measure out a quick shape here. Okay, I need a 20-foot. Is it a sphere?
I like
that I'm
this.
trying to...
Measure out a quick shape.
Hold on.
That looks like that's getting Drizzt and you. I like that.
I know. I'm trying to calculate it real quick. I'm trying
Yeah.
to calculate it. I don't even know if I can have that. 20-foot cube. Okay, so it's not this.
It's
We're gonna
only
delete
4, yeah.
that. Yeah. So 20-foot cube is.
Cube, Modi.
Oh wait, is this a 20-foot cube right here? Is that too big? Oh no, it's not. 20 is 20-foot cube 20 by 20?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so.
Technically, 20 by 20 by 20.
It's not going to be 4 squares. It's not a 20 squared feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused. Okay, 20 by 20. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, what the fuck is that though? Alright. Okay, here we go. Alright, yeah, alright. So that'll get all those motherfuckers.
Okay, what's the plan?
Good. I'm gonna cast web.
Web. Okay. Nice.
Crowd control is king.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta get all those fuckers stuck in place for a minute, you know what I mean?
Okay. Can you plop it down for me?
Yeah, I'm public rolling it here.
Oops, that's not what I want. Okay. Damn it. Only one swarm of bats gets stuck. That's crazy rolls. How did
Wait,
two.
what the fuck?
2 swarms of bats get stuck.
God damn it.
But it also creates
An area. Yeah, it stays on
yeah.
the ground.
So they can't like
If they start their turn in it, they still have to make the check, right?
let's see.
Both your bats failed though.
Each creature that starts
Yes,
its turn in the
exactly.
webs or that entered them during their turn must make the dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. So yeah.
They have another chance then.
So they're not immediate. So the 2 swarms of bats are like restrained. They're fucked. Like restrained means you can't move at all.
I don't think anything happens to them until the beginning of their turn, though.
Oh, okay, you're right. Well, whatever. That happens at the
We
beginning
can just
of
use
their turn.
those rolls,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still difficult terrain, so it's still useful.
It's definitely going to be helpful. You're unlikely going to get as many attacks.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Okay. Anything else on your turn? Bonus actions?
I'm gonna move if I can.
Yeah.
And I'll move down. Oh no, never mind. I'm fucking swarmed everywhere. Never mind. I missed where I'm at. But as a bonus action, I am going to shoot this guy with a bolt from my ornithopter.
Let's see it.
Boom! Flat.
And you notice as the bolt smashes into his form, which seems to have a physical form, but it dissipates in a cloud of it's kind of dark.
So I look over to my friends and say, "Vampire illusions! Do not trust your eyes, mia portos."
All right. I love this so much. Okay, swarm of bats. Which one is it? Oh, I'm stuck. I'm fucked. Kenku.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay, next.
The logistics of a swarm of bat being stuck in a web is hilarious.
Yeah. Where... I'm going to grab this guy. Okay. So you all notice as this happens, as this starts happening, this back wall here underneath the desk, there's, you notice it's a secret door. I didn't actually put the secret door in because it opens. And on the other side of the secret door is Korea, your favorite drow elf who doesn't really give a shit about what's going on. And he's opened the door and he's like eating an apple. he seems unconcerned about your current plight, but he at least opened the secret door that seems like it might be an escape route,
right,
if you need one. Now we get to their asses. This guy next to Geo pulls out his short sword and attacks. That looks like a miss.
Yep.
And then next up is this one here. Let me. Which one is that? Oh fuck! I'm stuck in a web, and what am I gonna do? I'm gonna shoot a rifle at Raphael.
You don't have to though.
I don't, but I'm gonna.
You don't want to though. You don't have to.
Miss, right?
Hit, miss, right?
Yeah, that's a miss.
Damn it. Okay, I don't like this. I'm supposed to do more damage than this. Okay, this guy. This guy. Which guy? This guy. Can run up to Dresdis and be like, "Hey, bro. What do you think about short swords?"
Ooh. What do you think about short swords? Ooh.
A 20. Actually, he gets a double short sword attack. He's different. Second one. First one looks like it hit. Second one missed. So 7 damage to Dresdis. Keeping it going. Geo, you're up. You're on deck.
Well, I'm gonna attack this Kenku right next to me.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
I'm going to...
I think I misheard you. Did you say I take 7 damage?
That's correct.
Thank you.
I think this is a good opportunity for Chaos Bolt. So, first things first, gotta roll a 20. See if it goes crazy. Whoopsies, that was a blind roll.
No wild surge.
Alright. Let's see here. Chaos Bolt.
We're in battle, Jeremy!
Yeet. So this guy.
Ooh.
And then 2 d8s. So I'll do 1 d8 and another one just to keep it clean. I'll use a sorcery point to change the second roll.
Nice.
From a 2.
Keeping it clean.
Yeah, keeping it clean. And we'll do a different one. So we'll roll the 2. Yes.
Nice.
Oh, dude.
Chain reaction.
Okay, and that's force.
Oh
Because it's
yeah.
a 4.
You do 1d6 as well, right?
Okay, so I will now describe the same thing to you, which you also get 1d6, but that Kenku explodes from or he doesn't explode, but he dies, and he dissipates into a kind of a magical mist. So you know that you killed that guy with 1 shot. And you get to bounce now.
Damn.
So where do you want to bounce to?
Bounce it to this one.
Okay.
That only happened to me because my guy was missed. You actually killed the guy.
No, that guy was missed too, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if it
Just roll it again. Do the whole thing again.
the whole chaos bolt.
Yep.
Okay. And it will go. Oh, sorry, I gotta click one spell.
You need to roll your attack again.
Yeah. Sorry. 15.
15 hits.
Tight. I just love that force damage. Dang it, another 4 and a 2. I don't think I can use a sorcery point on a chain reaction one.
I thought we looked this up.
Or can
And
we
I
go?
thought what it was. What does the wording of that thing, of what you said?
It is. I will put it down.
You can
Power
re-roll
spell.
any number of dice? Or
You can use a power spell even if you have already used a different meta magic option during the casting of the spell. Okay, I did not know
Okay.
that, so I think
you
that
can
answers your
spend
question.
1 sorcery point to re-roll a number of damage dice up to your charisma modifier minimum of 1. What's your charisma modifier?
Ooh, 4. I
Then
believe.
you can keep doing it. You only re-rolled 1, so if you
oh
want,
my-
you can re-roll.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna re-roll that 2.
Yeah.
What we get,
Okay.
and then I'll re-roll the 4. Then
Okay.
I'll take those odds.
I like this.
50%
I like that we
chance
figured this part out now. Oh, close. You like these odds?
Hmm. Yeah, I might as well use every little
Yeah.
bit of it.
I like it.
I might as well use every little bit of it. So I'm re-rolling the 6.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Come on, 7.
Yes!
Yeah,
changed
dude.
again.
Yeah, so you murdered this guy.
Fucking never ending, man. This is badass.
Yeah.
And this is.
I get canceled. So now you can't do any more. Wait.
What's it say?
Well, it says you can use empowered spell even if you have already used a different meta magic.
So I think as long as I have sorcery points.
I feel
I
like
did
you
not know
can't
that.
use
That's
it
pretty-
twice. Like, that might be too much. Well, if you say up front that you're going to use it twice, but
It does seem kind of OP to.
keep letting you apply it more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does cost some sorcery points, though.
It
and those are-
does. That's why I'm
those
kind
are
of
pointed.
waffling on it. But for now, let's just see what happens with this one. So,
Okay.
yeah, roll it again.
All right, here we go. I love casting this and selecting not taking a spell slot. Just love that. Can't get enough of that. Does
Yeah.
a 15 hit this guy?
Yeah, if it does.
Okay, here we go. 2 clean rolls. 3 is fire. What, did we get another one? Oh shoot, was I supposed to roll? Okay, each time I only do the wild surge when I cast the first one, right? I don't need to do wild
Technically,
surge.
do you want Chaos Bolt to be extra chaosy? I think yes. Why not? Roll an extra couple of Wild Surge chances.
Okay. So this was for the second one, and this is for this one. Oh, that's lame. But the 3 fire and the 6 is poison. So I will try to apply the 9 fire damage to this guy, and I think I
Okay.
have to roll a 1d6. Right? Am I
Yep.
right? Oh, whoops, I hit the zoom button. What? Am I crazy? Did I do that wrong? There it is. Oh. Each target takes 26 extra damage to the type rolled for each slot above. Oh, my bad. No, that we actually don't apply that because I'm not casting it above my first spell slot. So they just take the raw 9 fire. Yeah,
No,
the 9
you
fire
get
damage.
plus 1d6 automatically. That's just if you cast it even higher.
Oh, you get extra d6s.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. I read that wrong.
Yeah.
So I would
Okay,
be
so you
nine-
murdered 2 of the murder or the mirror images, and you damaged one of the real guys. He didn't die.
Oh. Now we know he's real.
He's real. So, anything else, Jeremy?
I think. Well, as long as my sheep can go next, we're going to transform it into Granitan.
Okay.
Granitan.
Say that's bonus action. Can you do that, or I need to do that? There you go.
I think. I got the character sheet out for Granitan, but I don't know how.
You can't put them over here.
There we go.
There you go, Granitan.
Granitan. What I'll do is I will move right next to this guy.
Okay, so that's on a raised platform, so to get up there you have to climb over a 13-foot wall.
I would like to make an athletics check to do so.
Okie dokie.
Because he's pretty good at the. Oh no, I'm not string that. No, well, too late. It's too late.
Too late.
The commitment.
You did it.
All right. Yay.
Okay. Swarm o' bats.
And now move Granitan. Can Granitan move? Is that okay?
Yep.
I'll move him up to the swarm.
Okay.
And it's my turn.
The swarm of
That
bats.
was way too much fun.
That's a hell of a turn, dude.
Yeah.
Got it. That was. Appreciate
Swarm of bats tries to attack Granitan.
that. 18 hits.
It's 4 damage only.
Okay. 4 damage to Granitan.
And
Granitan.
another swarm of bats. Which one is this?
Why does it have 2 different damage piercings?
If it's half dead, meaning half the swarm is gone, it will do less damage.
Oh.
Oh.
This swarm of bats is going to fly over to Raphael and attack you.
And just do nothing.
Gonna bite you. 15. Hit? Who knows? Only
50.
that.
It's meter B, right? Yeah, so 15 hits.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Should I take both of those?
No,
Just
just
the
top one.
first.
Just
I see it now since those are green. One was they're both a max roll, but one is halved.
yeah.
Okay.
Chris was saying that the bottom one is when the swarm of bats is whittled down to half size.
Yeah.
It'll be doing. Looks like
Right,
it's half.
right.
Oh,
That's what I remember.
alright.
Okay. It is 2 minutes to 7. Should we pause for breakage?
Let's finish the round of combat if we can. You guys
Okay.
have time for that?
It might be long, but yes, we could do
I mean,
that.
I'm down.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Just at least give everybody one hit.
Bobby,
Okay.
Anthony?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
Alright, yeah, I'm down to keep one.
Okay, this guy's gonna run up and do his short sword business on who's that? Dresdizzle. Dresdizzle, how does a 15 or a 19 feel on you?
Who's
Wait, did
attacking you?
he just walked into Dresdis's threat area.
How come I don't see this person?
This guy right
Is he
in front
right
of you.
here?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see them. But yes, they walked into my threat, so I get to make an attack.
What do you mean you don't see them?
I don't see others. I don't see anybody that would. I see swarms of bats around me. I don't see people. It's all good. I'm sure they'll be here when I.
That's weird. I
reload.
see where we're at here
Yeah, I
and
see 'em.
here.
Can you see them
Here.
now?
Nope. I probably just have to reload. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it for this. I will make my attack, however, my when they enter my range attack.
Okay. So you can do that on the first one that enters? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, whoever's attacking me.
Okay, so that guy will say you kill. He was a misty form guy. And the other guy ran up. So the second guy, you can only do that once because it takes your reaction, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so the second guy runs up, but I'll use the attack roll that already missed you on the other one so you don't have to take damage. And oh no, the other guy did 7 damage to you, so we'll take that 7 damage that you already took. So that was that one. Lock you up.
I don't want to go anywhere near webs, so I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swing on this dude with Moondrinker.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
I forgot about Moondrinker.
Does that hit him?
Attack sword.
That does hit, yes, and he dies.
I fucking hope
Was
that
he an
hits him.
illusion?
Oh yeah, he's Misty form version. He's not an
That
illusion.
doesn't-
He has a physical form. You can tell he's actually a physical form, but he only has 1 hit point.
Oh. Question. Can I gun? I can't gun for bonus action, correct?
Yeah, you can, because if it's in your offhand.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna gun old boy over here.
Okay, he's got cover from you at the moment because he's behind the wall.
Oh, that's a good point. But I don't really want to shoot swarms. Actually, I'll gun this guy.
Okay.
Oh, that was sneak attack and not gun. They're right next to each other.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Kenku? Kenku. I'm calling out the Kenku, do your turn. I'm a Kenku.
My name is Raphael.
Lucius.
I'm gonna go ahead and move 5, 10 to here.
Okay.
Oh no. There's not a Kenku over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and shoot the were-rat attacking Justice currently with an Eldritch Blast.
All right. Blasting.
Oh, oops. Nice.
That's a dead. Another Misty form.
And then I will end my turn.
Okay.
Is there anyone actually in here?
Yeah. Are any of these bodies?
I think the people up top and the people through the slits are bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
People behind the doors are bodies
Mm.
for sure.
That's pretty smart.
All right.
Almost
Though
tangle up with the illusions up close.
this werebat who's standing up there on the platform with Geo grabs his crossbow. He's still sort of ducking behind the wall to try and get cover, but he's gonna attack Geo. Geo,
Yeah.
you actually get cover from the dude in front of you. So he's gonna shoot you. He's got 2 attacks though, and he's gonna shoot you with his hand crossbow.
Wow.
Wow.
Max damage, huh?
Yeah. And
What does cover do?
he sneak attacks you for an extra 3. Cover gives you +2 AC. For
Oh, okay.
I'm giving him half cover for that.
Well, this guy's a good shot.
They are
And,
assassins.
I'll
I
just
mean, we
subtract
hired
them
assassins in this very campaign, and they were terrible.
You know,
It's 'cause they
NPCs
weren't-
are
they-
different than
yeah.
PCs.
And they weren't armed with DiCorbeau firearms.
That's also true. Dresdis,
This guy
you
has
up.
a crossbow.
Yeah, that's
Kulath, give me strength. I will cast Divine Favor on myself. And then there's still 2 other people in front of me, right?
No, they all dead.
They're all dead. Okay. Well then
Can you
I
see
will
any
just...
rat people or any?
No, I
Kenkus
don't
at
see
all?
any rat. I only none around me.
Okay.
Okay, so then I will just
Can you see the webs?
I can see the web. I can see the bats.
Yeah, there's a
I'm
swarm
gonna-
of bats attacking 2 of your friends. One attacking Granitan and the other attacking Raphael. And then there are 2 other swarm of bats that look like they want to come attack you or Locke.
I'm gonna attack the one right here.
Okay.
I'm going to place that spell. They didn't do it. But it ate my slot. And the attack. Miss, I'm assuming? But I have 2 attacks.
Yep, that one's a hit though.
And then I'll go ahead and use. Oh no, 3 damage.
Nice.
9 and 3.
Okay. Oops, I thought I did both. There we go. Okay, you notice that, you know, you don't get quite as good a hit when you're just smacking at some random bats up in the air, but you do cleave through one's wing completely and knock another one in the head well enough that it falls out of the ground. It falls down onto the ground. Dead. Dead, that's what I meant. They were dead. Yeah. And then that swarm of bats is like, fuck you. If I had consciousness, I would attack you, but I barely do, so I will attack Locke instead. Bites. Yummy, yummy, yummy. How's a bite? How about some bites, Locke? Do you like bites?
I mean, that works, but I can parry bats, right?
Sure.
Well, auto block it because 5 is the minimum.
Boom,
Or 6
okay.
is the minimum.
You just are like batting them out of the air with your fucking...
With Moondrinker?
Yeah, Moondrinker, exactly.
If only we had AoE.
Dude, I was just thinking that. This party
Fireball.
is very short on AoE.
I bring your attention to the 20-foot cube of webs.
Yeah.
We're talking about damage, though.
Gio has
Listen.
Fireball on his list and hasn't cast it yet.
Geo does?
Gio, he picked it at level 5.
Yo, what the fuck, dog? Kill us
Wait,
all.
what?
Don't you have Fireball on your list, bro?
Oh shit!
Damn, Jeremy, come on.
Ah,
Oh man, I just
perfect.
thought that.
We were all clumped together next to you. You could have
Yeah.
wiped out half the room.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I just got like so excited about trying to get my Chaos Bolt to bounce
was
that I
also
forgot
awesome.
about my Fireball.
Okay. This
Cool bats.
werebat is going to attack Raphael. And he gets 2 attacks. 14 and 15.
15 hits, 14 does not.
Then take an extra 7 sneak attack damage.
What?
Yeah, that's how it roll. That's how they roll, bro. You're in an assassin. They're not full on assassins, so they probably won't kill y'all. Ooh, this guy. He's like, I want to look out.
How do I apply the damage? I don't understand. I can do it sometimes and I can't do it sometimes.
You have to make sure you have your character selected.
That's it. Yep, that's it.
This Kenku is gonna start blasting at Dresdis. Dresdis. No, actually at Raphael. Sorry, Raph. They're gonna kill you because you're a DiCorbeau and you're betraying the name.
Oh, Jesus, man. Come on.
Jeez, bro. I'm sorry. That's a DiCorbeau rifle. Take 3 more sneak attack damage.
I'm taking 3 too.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then this swarm of bats is gonna fly into Dresdis
Jesus.
and be like, "Hey, Dresdis, you want to go bites?"
Miss.
Well, fine then. We won't bite you. We'll bite the metal, and it won't work. And then we will do were-rat. Which one? Oh, this motherfucker. This motherfucker's in the web. Well, he done. Oh wait, no, he wasn't stuck. He's gonna come out the web and come up and engage Dresdis. Dresdis. Take a short sword, bro.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna attack him.
Ow, why? That's not fun. I'm dead. I'm
Jesus.
dead before
Yeah,
I
you
can
are.
attack you. You're lucky because that critical is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, that ends the round.
Alright.
All right. So we'll come back next time to see if you can escape the Pipistrello Tower. Yeah.
It's going really well. I think we can.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great session.
Yeah, we're gonna kick ass, and we're gonna continue to kick ass.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'm coming over that wall on my next turn. That
Yeah,
were-rat
about
don't
to
know what's
shoot.
up. Or the werebat or whatever.
Gonna
Well, you gotta
learn
save Geo before he
blood
gets murdered.
magic. Wait, can we give Geo blood magic? Maybe? Isn't that an element?
Mhm.
Blood element?
Blood
the element
element,
of
yeah.
human blood.
That's what his water thing should be, to like shape his own blood as it pours out of his body into a dagger of blood.
That's badass.
Metal.